should. Yeah, thale dekhiyo. Why Guru, why Guru, why Guru, why Guru. Naal bolo ji. Why Guru, 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 why Guru. सारे बोलो नाल. Why Guru, 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 why Guru. You want to start? Let's just start because there's no kids. We have to start sometime. You want to have an activity in mind, or you want to just? Yeah, we should. Could do that. Why Guru, 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 why Guru. Why Guru, 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 Vai 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 Guru. Vai Guru, Vai Guru, Vai Guru, Vai Guru, Vai Guru. We'll start with a review. Pull up the review slide. Vai Guru. Vai Guru, 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 Vai Guru. He also didn't pick up, so I think it's just fine to come. Where's the teacher? I think that's probably why. Oh, she's walking in. Oh, okay. Vai Guru, 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 Vai Guru. Can you go around the kids to see if they have one I asked? Okay.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
Oh, do you want to use this?
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
Okay, so. Oh. Okay. They're getting a lot of.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Okay, you can start.
Yeah, you can ask.
Anji, so raise your hand if you guys came last night. Which one of you came? Sari Aisi? Okay, that's good. So, Kal Rati, which Guru Sahibs did we learn about? Do we know? Anji.
Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji,
And?
Sri Guru Har Krishan Sahib Ji,
Not quite. एक बारी फिर guess करो.
Sri Guru Har Rai
Har
Sahib.
Rai Sahib Ji, right? 6ਵੇਂ Guru ਤੇ 7ਵੇਂ Guru, right? ਕੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਆਪਾਂ? What are the main points that you guys learned about?
Anything particular you guys learned that you guys want to share? That, like, you know, this is one thing I didn't know before. Or do we need to give prizes for them to answer?
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
Yeah, I'll just grab a couple of these.
Okay, one second.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just do this. I'll walk around.
Okay, take it.
If you want to do it, yeah, if you want. You want to use this? Or you want to do this? ठीक है.
Okay.
ठीक है.
Take it easy.
Oh, here's the mic.
Oh, that's okay. Barney?
ਹਾਂਜੀ.
One thing I learned is to be aware of everything around you.
Okay, that's good. Which Guru Sahib taught you that? Karati, Maswanezi?
Shri Guru Harai Ji.
Harai Ji. Nice job. Okay, ਹੋਰ ਕੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਆਪਾਂ? Either from Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji or Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji.
One thing I learned about Shri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji is that he was 14 when he became Guru Sahib.
That's great.
What I learned about Shri Guru Har Rai Sahib, the Singh Guru, is that he really loved plants, and he was in a garden, and his robe brushed against a flower, and after that he was careful. Well, we should be careful whenever we're around anything.
Yeah, around ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ school ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, you should be careful about everything, right? Great.
That you should never change Gurbani.
That's also a great point. ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਹਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ?
That Guru Har Krishan Ji became our 8th Guru when he was only 5 years old.
Hanji. Well, we haven't gone through that yet, but we will.
I think they technically covered like the first bit of it.
Well, we did actually cover that, yeah. So Guru Har Rai Ji, right? Remember one more time? Okay. There's one more. But
What I learned was
from Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji or Guru Har Rai Ji, right? What did you learn? It's fine if you can't remember right now.
That Guru Rai Ji or Guru Gobind Singh Ji are
Har Gobind Sahib Ji. What? Let's see.
one of them
Who had the 2,200 horses? The horsemen, right? Kede Guru Sahib. Well, I guess both of them had them, but I'll tell you this. Guru Har Rai Ji inherited 2,200 soldiers, right? Remember that? ਜਦੋਂ Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji ne. So actually, I'll give you a question. What was Guru Har Rai Ji's relationship to Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji? किसने पता है? Guru Har Rai Ji की लगते सी Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji ਨੂੰ?
Sikh.
Well, Sikh, but in the family. Do you remember what he was?
Kid.
He was a kid. He was definitely a kid. What was Guru Har Rai Ji to Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji? You want to give someone else a chance?
Good try. Someone that hasn't spoke.
Grandson?
Grandson, yeah. He was Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji was Guru Har Rai Ji's grandfather, right? And why didn't he? So, you want to do next one?
She's gonna do review.
Okay. You want to start with the review? ठीक है.
Chalo.
Waheguru. 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 Vaheguru. 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 Vaheguru.
Yeah, we could just
Vaheguru.
have a kid like
Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Okay. Okay, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Okay, so now we're gonna play a spin the wheel game. Are you guys excited? Hanji. Okay. So Pratik Didi is gonna go around and who wants to go first to spin the wheel? Do you want to choose one? Yeah.
I'll choose Bonnie since I saw your hand raised first. But bakiyan we chances milange. Jo.
Okay, Bonnie, then you're gonna come here and then you're gonna click on it and it's gonna spin and it's gonna land on a word. And then I'll ask you a question related to that word, okay? Over there. Okay, we got Akhand Paath Sahib. So do you know which Guruji established Akhand Paath Sahib? What does established mean? It's like which Guruji created, named Akhand Paath Sahib? Yeah.
Remember from last night?
You can take a guess too, like what? Yeah. Okay. Does somebody else know the answer? Okay.
But the see Ajo. Ajo. It's okay.
Do you want to come stand here? Then you can tell everyone. Or you could go stand over there.
Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji.
Good job. Okay. Do you want a bonus question related to that? Yeah, you do. What does Takht mean? Do you know what Takht means? It's really easy. Throne. Yeah, you're right. Good job.
Choose one.
Okay. Who wants to go next to spin the wheel?
Saw your hand raise.
Okay.
Okay, we got the Gwalior Fort. So let me go to the question for that. Do you know which Guru Sahib Ji was held here? They released some princes too, like some princes, kings.
52 kings. Okay, that's Shri Guru.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't go over the market yesterday. Yesterday, which gurus did we go over? Yada?
Gobind Singh Ji.
No, we didn't. So I think that a clarity would be that the gurus that we reviewed yesterday are like the ones that might be the answer. But
Guruji ne, and then you could say the name as well.
yeah.
Or you could say the number.
Is it the Verlaine?
Oh, in front. Choose anyone you want.
Varlene? Okay, do you want to come?
Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji.
Good job, yeah. And do you know that what celebration is related to that?
Bandi Shor Divas.
Yeah, good job. Who wants to go next? Yeah.
The middle one.
Okay.
That one. Hanji. You have to go.
Oh,
Shri
this
Guru
one's
Harkrishan
easy.
Sahib Ji.
This one's easy. Which one was the youngest guru? What'd you say?
Shri Guru Harkrishan Sahib Ji.
Good job. Okay, who wants to go next for
That
the?
is his brother. Ajo, that is their brother. It's okay, that is. You'll get a turn, don't worry.
Do I just bring it? Hanji.
Oh, okay. This one's easy too. Do you know what BD means?
Spirituality.
Yeah, that's what it means. Good job.
Taras, you wanna come up? Ajo. Yes, ki hunda? Hanji. Ki kaida? God, it's okay, you're fine. Here you go. Taras, take the mic.
Seva. Okay, let me see. Do you know what seva means? Daras? Seva, yeah. Pata seva da ki matlab hai?
I think no.
Well, ਅਸੀਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਰੀਦੀ? Do you know ਅਸੀਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਰੀਦੀ?
No.
You know this. ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੀਸਕੂਲ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਲਾਸ 'ਚ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ? ਕਲਾਸ 'ਤੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਕੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ?
We just went one time.
No.
What was it though?
What was it?
Wait, if you know we did it one time.
What was it? What'd you do when you went that one time?
Down.
Down where?
And
What-
the Langara,
In the langar hall. Yeah, what'd you do in the langar hall? Langar hall de vich ki kita?
I gave them thanks.
What things did you give? Who'd you give the things to? The sangat?
Mm,
Yeah. But what things did you give them? Thaliyan, plates?
Did you give them toys?
I give them plates.
Plates. Good job. Yeah. That's called seva.
But first I was giving them food, then I give the plates.
That's also seva. Good job.
Wait, I have a bonus. Daras, I have a bonus question. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਆ? ਸੋਚਦੇ ਪਏ.
Giving plates.
Giving plates.
Giving plates? Okay. Here, choose one. Ajo. Who wants to go next? Oh. The pink chunni, and then afterward you could go. Ano ba to?
Oh, free medicine. Do you know which Guru Sahib remembered for giving, that was known for giving medicine and providing healing?
Guys, listen up, okay?
Do you know which Guru is remembered for giving medicine?
Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji.
Good job. Good job.
Who wants to go next?
Oh.
I think I remember.
Meaty. Do you know what meaty means? Out of meaty peaty, meaty?
You wanna guess? Wanna take a educated guess?
I get them mixed up a lot.
What did we all
Which one do you remember?
Just take a guess. Which one do you think it? What do you think it might be?
Either I think self-defense or one of them. I don't know.
Another word for self-defense. Or what is
Gatka.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Do you know which Guru Sahib emphasized meaty peaty?
The sixth Guru.
Sixth Guru? Yeah. Yep. Good job.
Do we want to ask another? Oh, never mind. I thought maybe another kid could come up and say what Miri means.
I mean, you could just clarify it too. I mean, she had the point, but she just worded it. She didn't
Okay,
want
she did. Never mind then. It's okay. Who would like to go next? This is Amrit. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
So, do you have it?
I have it, yeah. It's okay though.
Well, I mean, we're already on Insta. So we have to remove all of them.
But I could just ask him from here. Yeah. Okay, grandfather and grandson. Do you know which Gurujis were related, like grandfather and grandson?
Shri Guru Har.
Yeah, like who was Shri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji's grandfather?
Shri Guru Har Rai Ji, it was the grandson, and then
Was the
Shri
grandson,
Guru,
yeah.
it was Shri Guru. It was the Shri Guru. No, Shri Guru Har. Shri
Yeah.
Guru Har
You're on the right track, yeah.
Gobind.
Shri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, yeah. Yeah, good job. Yeah, that's the answer. Shri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji was the grandfather of Shri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji was the grandson of Shri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. Good job. That's right.
Here, you can choose one. Who's up next? Oh, come on. There's no hand raises. Wait, you went already. You also already went. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਏ ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੱਥ ਖੜਾ ਕਰਨ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਰੈਂਡਮਲੀ ਚੂਜ਼ ਕਰਾਂ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ Hello, Singh Sahib. And then you're going to press where Baji is at.
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਬੰਦੀ ਛੋੜ ਦਿਵਸ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਆ ਬੰਦੀ ਛੋੜ ਦਿਵਸ
ਕਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ?
ਬੰਦੀ ਛੋੜ ਦਿਵਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਤਾ
Didn't get to skip over it. Because she sings her I didn't show that video.
I don't think he knows. Do you wanna?
Okay. Anyone want to help him out?
Aju.
No, the question is.
इधर आके करो.
The question is, what does Bandi Chor mean? Like, what's Bandi Chor Divas? What's the meaning of that?
Well, can I see the mic real quick?
Yeah, that is true. But do you know what Bandi Chor means? Like, what does it mean?
A bandi is a prisoner, and a chor means releasement.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Yeah, good job. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
No one else is raising their hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Dobara
another
spin
chance.
karni wheel.
And here's the mic
We're done.
behind you.
I think he only understands Punjabi.
Matalo.
Hopefully it gets like.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Oh no,
We didn't even cover this.
he hasn't
We
covered
just
it.
skipped, we just skipped this one. We didn't cover this yet.
Okay.
Remove it.
Yeah, just remove it. Okay,
Okay, दोबारा करें एक बारी.
Oh.
I think these ones are
Watching
really
it bubble
easy.
fall now. We didn't do
Oh,
this one
no.
either.
Oh, okay, you didn't do this.
Vaheguru.
Okay, so now it's 50.
Okay, उन्होंने दोबारा करो. एक बारी फिर करो.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
वाहेगुरु.
We didn't do this either.
No, we didn't.
Okay, ਛੇਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਛੇਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਨਾਮ ਆ ਦੱਸੋ ਕੀ ਨਾਮ ਆ
Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji.
Good job. Yeah.
Anyone want to spin the wheel? You don't know what you're going to get? Anyone want to spin the wheel? You don't know how many you get?
I still have, did you guys do, I have like, what does they mean to that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I wonder what it's gonna be.
Do you know who the 7th Guru is?
Yes. Shri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji.
Good job. Yeah. I do have a few more questions. Do you guys want to do a few more questions, like to win a prize?
Oh.
Hanji? Okay.
Hanji.
Does anybody know literally what daya means? Daya da ki matlab hai?
Compassion.
Compassion. Yeah, good job. You want to come up and get a prize?
There's the prize box.
Does anybody know Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji was the father of which Guru Sahib? Does anybody know the answer to that?
Shri Guru Har Krishan Sahib.
Yeah, good job. Yeah.
Good job. You want to go up there? Yeah. Vaheguru. 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 Sorry. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Does anybody know how many princes were released in the Bandi Chor Sakhi? How many?
I'm trying to choose somebody who hasn't went yet. Jeeval hasn't went yet.
15.
No, that's not right.
Jendkar hasn't went yet.
52.
52.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's correct. Good job.
Go grab a prize, Jendkar.
Do you guys know which Guruji Bangla Sahib is related to? Oh, yeah.
Guru Tegh Bahadur.
Okay. What'd you say?
Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji.
No, not Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji.
Good try.
I'll give you guys a really big hint. I think the Guruji's name is on the screen.
It's the answer hi ho gaya. I'm trying to choose somebody who hasn't went. But ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਚਲ ਗਏ ਆ.
I don't think she's gone yet. The glasses.
Kirat.
Guru Har Krishan Ji.
Yeah, good job. This one's a pretty fun one too. Do you guys know which Mughal emperors? Waheguru?
Vaheguru.
Waheguru?
Vaheguru.
Do you guys know the names of the Mughal emperors? Does anybody remember one name? There was 3, so if you can name one.
I found somebody that hasn't went.
Jahangir.
Jahangir, yeah. Jahangir was one of them. Does anybody know the second one?
Acho, go over there.
Aurangzeb.
Aurangzeb, yeah. We have one more.
Shah Jahan.
Shah Jahan, yeah, good job. The 3 Mughal emperors during the 6th, 7th, and 8th Guruji's time were Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb.
Vaheguru. 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 Vaheguru.
This might be a stretch, but if you know the answer, then you can raise your hand. Maybe especially for the older kids. Do you guys know which Guruji helped people during the smallpox epidemic? Does anybody know the answer to that?
Shri Guru Har Krishan Sahib Ji.
Yeah, Shri Guru Har Krishan Sahib Ji. Good
ahead.
job.
Manmaninder.
Did you go yet? I think one next to Verlene. No. Okay.
Who?
I think next to Verlene.
Can you raise your hand? Okay, yeah.
Do you want me to ask a specific question to you? Sure. Okay.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Both everybody listen.
Do you know which guru kept around 2,200 soldiers for protection, but not for war?
Shri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji.
Yeah, good job. No, that's the wrong answer. No.
Shri Guru Har Rai Ji.
Yeah, Shri Guru Har Rai Ji. Yeah, that's the right answer. Yeah, good job. That's the right answer.
You could go up there.
Okay. And then I think those are all the questions I have for today. We'll do a Jeopardy tomorrow. It's going to be like, you guys know, like, Kaun Banega Crorepati? It's going to be like, we'll have like those like sound effects. And then, we'll do that then. Okay, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
For what?
Vaheguru.
I think I
Vaheguru. 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 Vaheguru.
Oh, I need to have.
Vaheguru.
Yeah. No,
Vaheguru.
we also need to do the activity.
Vaheguru.
I should have a timer on.
Vaheguru.
No, I think we have more than.
Vaheguru.
I just keep this.
Vaheguru.
I just keep this for time purposes.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Are we doing?
Vaheguru. 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 Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru. Oh.
Vaheguru.
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 Thank you.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Okay, who doesn't have a clipboard? Who doesn't have a clipboard and a pencil?
Raise your hand who doesn't have a clipboard or a pencil. Full name. Both सारे जने full name लिखियो अपना उधर ते जे help चाहिए लिखने नु raise your hand, okay?
हाँ जी.
Oh, how do I do it?
Write your name how you would write your name.
By the way, do you have a clipboard?
Vaheguru. 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 Vaheguru.
ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਨਾਲ ਜਪੋ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
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 Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.
So, even though we passed out the clipboards, we're not going to use them until after the presentation. So, and we're getting a lot of feedback. So, just put them down for now. ठीक है ना? Okay.
Waheguru. Everybody, Chopta Dan Baksho. Okay. So we're gonna cover Guru Har Krishan Ji. Has anyone heard of Guru Har Krishan Ji before? Oh, that's a lot of you guys. Okay, chalo. So, Guru Har Krishan Ji, what number of Guru were they? Hint, it's on the screen. Just someone shout it out. Okay, good. Chalo. Okay, so I'm going to start with a Mangalacharan, which is basically just a little poem in praise of Guru Har Krishan Ji. I'm just going to have it on the screen in case you guys want to read along, but you guys don't need to worry too much about this particular thing, right? Like you don't need to really necessarily understand what's being said. It'll be more clear later on. Okay. Tan Guru Har Krishan Trishan Sab Lahe Hamari बाल रूप होके जहनाने भगति धारी ज्ञान समुंदर किल करे गुंगारथ गीता शीतला सबलाहे लोग सब शीतल कीता बहाना रानी खोज संग नेत नेत उपदेश जन त्वा चरण नमो हम बार बार शंक नहीं है लेश मन छरी छुही छज्जू सिरे तुच्छ बुद्ध कर सार नदर मुझे पर भी करो कथा सुनाओ तुहार. So the interesting thing about this poem, this was written. Oh, one thing. Do you guys remember? Do you guys know what was? Oh, good. Okay. Does anyone know anything? What was special about? Oh. We're having. Why, Guru? Just turn it on when you need to ask a question. Okay. And in case it happens again, we can switch. Okay. Does anyone know what was... Aajo, baith jao. Does anyone know what was special about yesterday? Was there any particular holiday or any particular... Kisne de do mic.
Guru Har Krishan Ji da Gurpurb.
Yes. So yesterday was Sri Guru Har Krishan Ji da Prakash Purb, which means it was the day that they were, as we would say, is their birthday, except for we don't tend to use the word birthday for gurus, right? So this poem was actually written like 6 years ago on also Guru Har Krishan Ji's Gurpurb as well. And this poem actually covers most of the stories that we're going to be going over today. So how they did bhakti as a child, their vast amount of wisdom that they had, the smallpox epidemic that they helped out with, and the test that Raja Jai Singh did. We'll go through each of these one by one. So these are the 4 things that we're going to be covering. So sab to pehla, Sukhpreet guys covered this yesterday. We talked about what Bal Guru means, right? Does anyone remember what Bal Guru means? Well, like Bala Pritam is another way we would hear this sometimes. Turn on the mic.
Could you repeat the question?
What is Bal Guru or Bala Pritam? What does that mean?
Child Guru.
Good. Anji. Yeah, so Bal or Bala, it just refers to like someone that's like a kid, right? And then Guru, you guys all know what Guru means, right? So Guru Sahib's Prakash was in 1656 in a place called Kiratpur. Have you guys heard of Kiratpur Sahib before? It might have come up in yesterday's presentation, did it? Yeah. Okay. So Kiratpur was a city that Guru Har Gobind Ji had established, and that's where Guru Har Krishan Ji was also born. Their parents' names were Guru Har Rai Ji and Mata Sulakhani Ji. Do you guys know? Have you guys heard of Guru Har Rai Ji before? Okay. I just want to check. Yeah, we talked about Guru Har Rai Ji quite a bit yesterday, and Guru Sahib was only 5 years old when they became Guru, which makes them the youngest Guru to have become Guru. Obviously, Guru Nanak Dev Ji was Guru from when they were born, right? But the youngest to have become Guru was Guru Har Krishan Ji. So first, we're going to go over a story of when Guru Har Krishan Ji was pretty young, and Guru Har Rai Ji was one of the Sevadars had asked Guru Har Rai Ji that you have these 2 sons. You have, do you guys remember what Guru Har Krishan Ji's brother's name was? Anyone know?
Baba Ram Rai.
Yeah, Baba Ram Rai. So here you have Baba Ram Rai Ji, here you have Guru Har Krishan Ji, and then Guru Har Gobind Ji right here. And then a Sevadar was asking Guru Sahib that out of these two sons that you have, which one do you think is a better person? Which one do you love more? He obviously worded the question in a different way because you can't just ask someone's parent like, who do you like more, right? They're not going to give you an answer, right? But they were trying to hint at, okay, they were trying to understand who was going to be the next guru, because we knew that ever since, does anyone know, there's a story that comes up in the time of one of the first 4 gurus that made it so that the Gurgaddi would always stay in the family. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Do you guys know that? Does anyone know why that was the case?
As Guru Amar Das Ji told Bibi Bani Ji that the Gurgaddi would always stay in her family.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so starting from Guru Ram Das Ji onward, the guruship followed like a royal succession, like similar to how kings, like you have a king, once he passes away, his son becomes the king. In a similar way, the guruship kind of followed. And so the Sevadar was trying to find out that, okay, which one of these, the sons of Guru Sahib is going to become the next guru. And Guru Sahib was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, how about you do this? Both of them are doing Paath right now. Now you can see that dono ne Gutke Sahib padhe hai. So, wo Paath kar rahe hai. How about you go and take this needle? He took a needle, and he went up to both of them. He said, go up to both of them and just lightly, poke them with it. And then you'll get your answer. And so the Sevadar, you can see he has a needle there. He goes up to Ram Rai. He pokes him a little bit, and he goes like, ow. And then he, he's like kind of stunned by it. He's like, hey, get away from me. And then afterwards, he's like, chalo, let's try Guru Harkrishan Ji now. And so he pokes Guru Harkrishan Ji, and Guru Harkrishan Ji didn't move at all. Like he was focused, he was fully focused in his bandagi that he was doing. And then the Sevadar goes back, he's like, and Guru Sahib's like, oh, so what did you learn? He's like, well, Ram Rai Ji, he acted like any other person would, right? You poked him and he's like, oh, what happened? And Guru Harkrishan Ji, it felt like I just poked him and he had no reaction. I'm surprised how that happened. And so Guru Har Rai Ji explained to him that Guru Harkrishan Ji was so focused in the part that he was doing that nothing else was apparent to him. He didn't have any idea what else was going on in the world. Whereas Ram Rai, he was basically doing what we all do, right? If someone came and poked us, from the get-go, we usually, when we're doing Paath, we don't really focus on the Paath in general, right? Our mind might be somewhere else. But even if, you take someone that is focused, you poke them, they're gonna be like, ow, right? And so this just showed how much at a very young age, and this is before they got Gurgaddi, so this is before they're even 5, right? This is maybe when they're 3 or 4, that they were already very much into attuned to God, and they were already a Pagat, right? Do you guys know what the word Pagat means? That's a word that we use a lot. You guys probably hear it a lot, but do you guys know the meaning? Raise your hand if you guys know.
I kind of know it. It's like someone who does bhakti.
Yeah, but what is bhakti? Would that be like me saying what is a runner? Oh, someone that runs, right?
Reading Gurdwara.
Yeah. Now bhakti. So bhakti is Tika. Reading Gurdwara is a form of bhakti, but bhakti is devotion. So to this is a harder thing to explain. Do you guys know devotion? Have you guys heard that word before? What context have you guys heard that word before?
How some good Sikhs would devote their lives to the Guru.
Yeah. So devotion is it's like a form of love for God, right? So, there's different ways that people show God love. They might do Simran to just remember God all the time. They might read Gurbani to, learn about God, learn about how God is, or the greatness of God. They might do kirtan to sing the praises of God. These are all different ways to devote yourself, right? So at a very young age, he was already, and so that's what bhakti means. And so one that does bhakti is a bhagat, so a devotee, right? And so at a very young age, Guru Harkrishan Ji was already very devoted to God. Okay, so now moving on to the next thing. So Guru Harkrishan Ji we don't have too much history on Guru Har Krishan Ji because they were only Guru for such a short period of time, right? But there was a period where Guru Har Krishan Ji ended up going to Delhi. Have you guys all heard of Delhi? Do you guys know what Delhi is? Yeah, it's like it's where the main like capital, let's say, of India, even today is, right? And so Guru Sahib had gone there for many reasons. In one of the areas, Guru Sahib was going around meeting Sangata, and there was this Pandit in the area called Pandit Lal Chand. And Pandit Lal Chand, he kept on hearing from people that, he's like, oh, who is this guy that's here? And he heard, someone told him, oh, it's Sri Guru Har Krishan Sahib Ji. And he's like, oh, that's a pretty like big title, right? You know, like you have like, you know, his name not just Krishan or anything. He has like Siri, he has Guru, he has Sahib. You know, like what this guy is like must be very like high up there. And so he's like, okay, I gotta go see this guy. And so he goes to see Guru Har Krishan Sahib, and he's like, wait, this kid's like 5 years old. And so he's like, how could this 5-year-old know anything, right? Like he's like, you know, like I have a 7-year-old. My 7-year-old probably knows like more than this guy does, right? And so he goes up to Guru Har Krishan Ji and he says that, who are you to have this name, Sri Guru Har Krishan Sahib? Like such a big name. Keeping a name is very sokhi gala. He's like, ye bahut sokhi gala ke na rakhna, but to be able to live up to that name is a different thing. And he was also kind of offended because Guru Sahib had the name Krishan in their name. And have you guys heard the word or the name Krishan before? In what context have you guys heard it before?
History.
History. Okay. Also, can you give some other people a chance to answer as well? Yeah. It's always audience.
और खड़ा करो अपना हाथ.
Yes.
Like Lord Krishna.
Yeah. Okay, so Hindus have like many different devte that they worship. One of the main devte that they have is called Vishnu. And Vishnu had, when he took like avatars, one of the avatars' name is Krishan. And so, you know, he was basically reacting. He's like, oh, you know, you took Krishan's name, you added all these like other titles to it, like, you know, you think you're all that, and on top of that, you're a 5-year-old kid, like, you know, what are you doing? And then he's like, okay, there's a book called Bhagavad Gita, which you guys might have heard of, right? It's like the core fundamental like book of Hinduism. And what Bhagavad Gita is about is it's basically a conversation that Krishna has with one of his friends, Arjun, and he's explaining to him like the philosophy of the world. He's explaining how the world came to be, like how we're supposed to live in the world. And so Pandit Lal Chand says that, okay, you have this name, you're taking Krishna's name, you're adding all these titles to it. If you're, you know, na rakhna ta sokhaya, but you know, can you even like do arth of the Gita? Like, can you explain to me what the Gita says? And much less, you know, he's like, if Krishna is the one that you know, explained the Gita to Arjun, so like, you know, can you explain the Gita if you're going to use their name? And so Guru Har Krishan Ji said, he's like, sure thing, but you know, you're probably gonna think, if I do answer your questions, you're gonna say that, well, he's the son of a king. You know, Guru Har Rai Ji was kind of like, you know, they were like a king, right? And it's like, oh, he's the son of a king. He probably, you know, his dad probably paid for him to like learn from these other pandits to like be able to answer my question. So he's like, you know, even if I do answer your questions, you're gonna be like, well, whatever, this kid must have just gotten some good training. So how about you do this? Find anyone in the city, and I'll have them do the arth of the Gita. And so the Pandit goes, they go around, his people find someone called Chajuram. You can see the name right there, Chajuram. And Chajuram was a very like low caste person. He was very illiterate. He didn't really like know how to read or write, and you know, people also say that he was like deaf, right? Like that he didn't even like hear, he couldn't really speak. So they found him and he's like, okay, well, chalo, inu la ke chal janne hain, right? And so they took him to Guru Har Krishan Ji. He's like, okay, have him we'll do the talk with him, right? And so what Guru Har Krishan Ji does, he takes his churi, right, which is like a little stick that they had, and he puts it on the head of Chajuram and says that, oh, the Pandit has a few questions for you. Can you answer them for him? And so the Pandit starts asking him some questions. He goes for like, you know, there's like certain stuff that's easy to explain, but then there's like certain like even in Guru Granth Sahib, there might be certain things that are even harder to explain. So he goes for one of the hardest things, like one of the hardest sloks he could find. And he's like, oh, explain this. And as he was speaking the slok, he messed up on the pronunciation. And then Chaju Ram, who up until this point, everyone was like, oh, this guy's deaf. He doesn't really know anything. Chaju Ram's like, hey, like at least speak the Pankti correctly, so that if you want me to do the earth, at least speak it right. And then Pandit was taken aback. He's like, oh, like, okay, what the hell just happened? And so then he tries again. He speaks the slok correctly. And then Chaju Ram, answers his questions, and everyone's like shocked. They're like, what the hell is going on? And so this highlights how Guru Sahib, there's this Pankti in Guru Granth Sahib, Nicha Uch Kare Mere Gobind. Do you guys know what Nicha means, right? Nicha, sunya, right? Like low, right? And Ucha, sunya? Ucha, high, right? And then Kare Mera Gobind. So it's saying that God, he takes the low and uplifts them and makes them the highest as well. And so in this example, we see how Guru Sahib took someone that no one would have thought could even maybe, read a sentence, and he made him answer some of the hardest questions that one of the Pandits was asking him. And so the Pandit, ora hankar tot gaya, he became a Sikh of Guru Sahib. He's like, oh, like this guy, like, maaf kar do, asi tade te shak nahi karna chahida si. So, yeah, any thoughts on this that anyone, after hearing this story? You probably have heard this story before as well. How do you guys feel about this story? What lesson do you think you get out of this? Or any other thoughts?
Ki sikhya?
She's there. Oh, that you can do anything.
Okay.
You shouldn't judge anybody, even if they're rich or poor, or if they have any disabilities.
Okay. Yeah, so the thing is that God can essentially do anything, right? Like God basically made everything, ojo marji kar lawe, right? And so he can take the lowest of the low. There's a Pankti in Guru Granth Sahib as well that says that Pekhari te raj karave, raja te pekhari, that Guru Sahib takes beggars, makes them kings. He takes kings and he makes them beggars. Khal Murkh te pandit karbo, pandit te mugdari. He'll take the most foolish of people, he'll make them scholars, and he'll make them very educated people. He'll take the most educated people, he'll make them stupid. So, and the other lesson is never to do hankar, right? Because it's a Pandit Lal Chand's ego, his hankar that made him upset in the first place, right? That led to all this happening, right? And ultimately, TK worked out for him. He became a Sikh, right, of Guru Sahib. But he could have also approached that in a better way, right? Okay, next. This is Gurdwara Panjokhara Sahib. Have any of you guys seen this Gurdwara? If you guys have gone to Delhi area in India. So this is in the place that this previous Sakhi happened. There's a Gurdwara now called Gurdwara Panjokhara Sahib. And that's a Gurdwara that even today, a lot of people that come and do katha at the Gurdwara and stuff, sometimes they'll go there and they'll do ardas to Guru Sahib that sannu vi tusi sade de uppar vi kirpa karo. Similar to how you blessed Chaju Ram, also bless us with the wisdom needed to guide the Sangat. And if you see just going back a little bit, this last slok here also kind of is saying, whoever wrote this, the Kavi is also saying the same thing. He's like, Jime tusi churi Chaju Ram te sire, pai sigi, do the same so main todi katha suna saka. So that's, it's like a sentiment a lot of people have is that Guru Har Krishan Ji, if some people, even if they have kids that, they're like, oh, padan de vich bahut siyani nahi hage, they'll take them to Panjokhara Sahib and utte ardas karaoge ki Guru Har Krishan Ji sanu vi vidya baksho. Okay, while Guru Har Krishan, now we're moving on to next Sakhi. Any questions on the last thing, or good to move forward? Anji? Anji?
I didn't understand when there was this word, it started with a P, I'm pretty sure, or a papa, and a pangat, I think. Is that a group?
Pangat?
And is that a group?
Oh, wait, do you mean Pandit? Oh, Pandit. So Pandit was just, how Godre we have Granthis and, Ragis and stuff. So Pandit just a name for someone that's the similar for Hinduism, right? Where the people that read from their scriptures, the person that explains the meanings and everything, right? That's what a Pandit is. Okay. Any other questions? Chalo, moving on. So, Okay, so next, Guru Sahib had gone to Raja called Raja Jai Singh. And Raja Jai Singh was very devoted to the Guru Kar beforehand. They were already attached to Sikhi. And when they heard that Guru Har Krishan Ji was in town, they're like, Sade ko lao, we want to have you stay with us. Guru Sahib actually stayed with them in their palace for the whole time they were in Delhi. And here you can see in a picture, this is Raja Jai Singh, sorry, not Jai Chand, Raja Jai Singh and Guru Har Krishan Ji. And so Raja Jai Singh, when Guru Har Krishan Ji was in town, so Raja Jai Singh, he was like there was a main Raja in all of India. Do you guys know who the Raja was at the time? Starts with an A or a O, I guess, I don't know.
Aurangzeb?
Yeah, Aurangzeb. So the main emperor of all of India was Aurangzeb. But Raja Jai Singh, he was like a more of a, how, like a governor would be maybe for a president, right? Like he wasn't like the main Raja, right? We're good on this. Oh yeah, I'll move to the good. How much time we have?
Vaheguru.
Oh, yeah. No, okay, I'll wrap up. Okay, we're gonna have to move a little bit quickly. This next story I'm gonna have to summarize a bit, but luckily it's not that long of a story anyways. So when Raja Jai Singh when Aurangzeb heard that Raja Jai Singh was having Guru Har Krishan Ji over, he's like, okay, who is this guy? And you guys remember the story we talked about yesterday when Ram Rai went and talked to Aurangzeb, right? And he changed the Gurbani, right? And so Ram Rai had also told, Aurangzeb that oh yeah, my brother is claiming to be the Guru, don't take him too seriously. And so when Guru Har Krishan Ji was in town, Aurangzeb kind of pressured Raja Jai Singh, test this guy out. Is he actually a real Guru? What is he? And so Raja Jai Singh, what he did was he had his Raniya. So Raja, at the time and even later, they used to have multiple Raniya that they had. Some of them would have a lot of queens, right? And so, but there would always be one main queen that would be called a Pattarani, right? And so they had a room where all the Raniya were just sitting, and the Pattarani usually used to have a lot more jewelry and a lot more good clothing, better clothes and everything than the rest of the Raniya. But she was just wearing regular clothes. And what they were trying to do was to see can Guru Har Krishan Ji find the main Rani, right? And so Guru Har Krishan Ji, he goes around, he goes to each Rani, he's like, Tu ni Pattarani. And he goes to the next Rani, he's like, Tu ni Pattarani. And he goes around and he goes to all the Rani, and then he finds the actual Rani, and he sits in her lap and he says why are you, you're the main Rani, why are you, dressed the same as everyone else? And when that happened, one bhi sir navaya ke, this is Guru Nanak Dev Ji himself, we shouldn't have tried to test him, we shouldn't have tried to do this pariksha to see if they're actually the true Guru. And so, but Guru Sahib ne koi na unhone ਉਹਦੇ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੰਤਾਨ ਹੋਵੇ. And yeah, so then they move forward. Right now we're also going to do a bonus story. So a bonus story is one day Guru Har Krishan Ji was in Raja Jai Singh's garden, and Aurangzeb had sent his son, who was, I forgot his name, but he was we'll just refer to him as the prince. And so the prince was I think 3 or 4 years older than Guru Har Krishan Ji, so they were just hanging out in the garden. And also the reason I label this as a bonus story is all throughout your life you're going to hear a lot of the stories of Guru Har Krishan Ji quite a bit, right? You'll hear the same 4 or 5 stories. This one you usually don't hear as often, so maybe pay a little bit of extra attention. And so Aurangzeb had sent this khillat. A khillat is basically a robe of honor, right? Basically, when a king wanted to, give if someone important was in town, he would send this khillat to someone, and he would be like, okay, this is from the king. They would put it on, and it would show people that this guy is someone special that the king has recognized. And so Aurangzeb, this is just a random photo, by the way. This is not Guru Sahib or anything. But Guru Sahib, the prince and a few of Aurangzeb's sevadars, they had come to Guru Har Krishan Ji, and they brought him a khillat. And the other thing with the khillat was that if you accepted a khillat, that meant that you accepted the Raja as your Raja. Like, if you put on the khillat, you would be saying that, oh, yeah, this is I accept the authority of this king. And so Aurangzeb was also trying to get Guru Harkrishan Ji to put on this khillat, so that way all of the Sangatan would think that, oh, Guru Harkrishan Ji believes in Aurangzeb as the true king. And so they took the khillat to Guru Harkrishan Ji, and Guru Harkrishan Ji he didn't really react. He took one particular, like a little thread that was with it, that I think probably Baba Ram Rai had given to Aurangzeb, and he took that because that was owned by Guru Sahib, right? It was probably Guru Har Rai Ji's. And so he took that, he put it on, and then the Sevadars that were sent with the prince, they were shocked. They're like, oh, like this kid, like he knows that this particular thing that was with it, that was a Guru Sahib that says, oh, angikar kar liya, but the khillat that was a Raja, he didn't accept it at all. And so then they were going through the garden. The prince, he saw Guru Sahib plucking various flowers and looking at them. He all of a sudden, Guru Sahib was plucking these fruits that this guy had never seen before. He's like, wait, it was fruits that didn't even exist in India at the time. And Guru Sahib gave him one. He's like, oh, you should try this. And so Guru Sahib tried it. The prince tried it, and he was fascinated. He's like, oh, this is like the best fruit I've ever tasted. And so then he goes home and tells his dad about it. And then next day, he's like, oh, I really want to have, it's like, fruits at the time were kind of like candy for kids, right? And he's like, oh, I need to have that candy today. So the next day, Aurangzeb sends the prince, he's like, chalo, Raja Jai Singh di garden te chal ja, and get another one of those fruits. And so the prince goes there, and he goes looking around for the fruit, and he couldn't find it. It wasn't anywhere. And then he goes to Guru Harkrishan Ji. He's like, hey, where was the fruit from yesterday? And Guru Harkrishan Ji, he gives him a message from Gurbani. So the slok, he says, and I'm going to just summarize the meaning just because we're running low on time. But this is the word, kya khadda kya paida hoye, jaman nahi sacha soy. So jena de man vich jeda rab sacha jeda rab hega, to him he said Allah, right? Jeda Allah jena de man ch nahi hega. Ona like kya khana te kya penana. Penana is like to put on clothes, right? And so Guru Sahib was basically saying oh, all of this food, or even the khillat that he was being offered yesterday to wear. It's like, what is the point of any of that if you don't have God in your mind? And he says, kya meva, kya kyo, goda mittha, kya maida, kya mas. He's going through the various types of foods that people would consider hi-fi foods at the time. He's like, what's the point of any of that? Kya kappad, kya sej sukhali, ki jai pog balas. What's the point of these fancy clothes? What's the point of these fancy beds to sleep in? Kya laskar, kya neb khawasi ave mahli vas. What's the point of having these soldiers, these armies, these sevadars to help you do things? Nanak sache naam virna sabbe tol vinas. Because without the true name, everything else is vinas. Vinas meaning it's gonna vanish, it's gonna be destroyed. And so this is the message that Guru Sahib gave to the prince, and then the prince ended up going back. He wrote it down on a piece of paper, he wrote the gist in Persian because that's the language that they spoke, and he went back and showed his dad. And so that's the message that he essentially sent to Aurangzeb, was that I don't care about any of the stuff that you're offering me, about the khillat or the these fancy things. All of it's pointless for me. And this is I'm going to move fast. This was supposed to be a question, but yeah, this is Gurdwara Bangala Sahib. This is where Guru Sahib stayed with Raja Jai Singh. So in the palace, that was Raja Jai Singh's palace that Guru Sahib stayed with. This is where Guru Harkrishan Ji, that ended up becoming a Gurdwara. That's known as a Gurdwara Bangala Sahib, which was in the review question earlier, right? Yeah, 2 minutes. Chalo. Moving on. The smallpox epidemic, it seems like most of you guys already know about this, but because during the review, everyone had their hands up for this. But when Guru Sahib was in Delhi, there was a smallpox epidemic. A lot of people were, sick from smallpox. So Guru Sahib went around. He helped the people infected through, medicine. He also made a sarovar for, I think it's actually the sarovar that you see here in this photo. And the people that would, bathe in the sarovar, they say that, they would become healed. But slowly, as Guru Sahib was helping people, he got inflicted by smallpox himself. It was almost like he basically took it upon himself. He's like, okay, chalo, you guys, I don't want you guys to be ill, but I'll take this disease on to myself so that way you guys don't have to. And so this is where Guru Sahib, they got to the end of their life, and they needed to, they knew that, okay, now Guru Sahib has smallpox, and now he's going to be passing very soon at a young age, especially because, these diseases, they hurt you a lot more when you're young, right? And so Guru Sahib was still like like pretty young at the time. And so now the question was, where's the Gurgaddi going to go? Because, as we saw with Guru Har Rai Ji, the next in line for Gurgaddi was Tika, his sons, but Guru Har Krishan Ji obviously didn't have any sons, so their question was, well, who's next in line for Gurgaddi? And so the first thing Guru Sahib did was he reminded everyone that सारियां दा गुरु ता गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब हैगा या है ना, right? Guru Granth Sahib sab kera jo hamro chah darshan hera. That for everyone, Gurbani is the main thing that's supposed to guide you in life. And because he knew that there's going to be this time period where people were going to be confused at who the guru is, right? And so he's like, in the meantime, chalo tusi Guru Granth Sahib wala takko, don't try to get confused, just Gurbani nu follow karo, right? And then the next thing he says, Jyoti Jyot mile har nale keh ke baba ehe batale. So as he was about to become Jyoti Jyot, Guru Sahib said that Baba bakale re chaga. One thing I forgot to mention actually in the previous slide with Bangala Sahib was that while Guru Sahib was staying in Bangala Sahib, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was on their way from eastern India back to Punjab, and they heard that Guru Har Krishan Ji is in Bangala Sahib at the time. And so they stopped there for like 3 nights or so, and unhone aage jaake dasse ki asi bakale jana hai. And it was actually 6 days after that the Gurgaddi passing was going to happen, right? So it was like literally Guru Sahib stayed there 6 days, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji stayed there 3 nights, and then they went, and then 6 days later this was happening. And so the word, do you guys know what Baba means? We use the word Baba for like religious people, like Babi. Yeah, this is the last. Oh, you want to stretch it out now?
Dadu.
Okay, ठीक है. Okay, well, looks like we were rushing for no reason. Now we're going to take our time. Okay. Since I was going a bit fast, do you guys is there anything that confused you guys that you want clarification on in the previous slides? No? Everyone? Okay. I also thought that would be fine because you guys have heard most of these stories too, right? So if there is any confusion, do raise your hand because we do have more time now. So, chalo. So the question I was asking was, what does Baba mean? Anji?
Dadu.
Yeah, like a dada can be like a grandfather, right? Yeah, and we also hear the word Baba for like, buzurgs in general. Like, you'll see someone like very old at the Gurdwara in general. Even though they're not your own grandfather per se, you might say, oh, Baba, right? But in this case, Guru Sahib was referring to their Baba. And going back to how the guruship passes. So next we're going to cover, we had already, we mentioned how it was because of Bibi Pani Ji that the rest of the guruship stayed in the family, right? So we went from Guru Ram Das Ji to Guru Arjan Dev Ji to Guru Har Gobind Ji. Now I'm going to zoom into this. And so you can see that, and this is like a simplified family tree. We don't have all the people basically here. Like, we're missing Guru Har Krishan Ji's brother, Guru Har Rai Ji's brother. It's very simplified. It's just having like the main people that you need to know. So from Guru Har Gobind Ji, the Gurgaddi, as we said, it went to their grandson, right? It went to Guru Har Rai Ji. And then from Guru Har Krishan Ji. So from Guru Har Krishan Ji's perspective, who was their grandfather? Like he just said Baba means Dadu, right? So their grandfather was who?
Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji.
Yeah. Okay. So like their actual how we say biological, right? Like their biological grandfather was Baba Gurditta Ji, but we would refer to everyone in this level as their grandparents, right? So like, they would consider Surajmal their grandfather. They would consider सारे नो बाबे कहना सी है ना, like oh ये Baba, except for Bibi Viros because she was not a Baba obviously, right? She was a Bibi, right? So Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was their grandfather in relationship, and so what Guru Har Krishan Ji was basically hinting at when he said Baba Bakala, he was basically saying that the next guru is going to be Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, who was at the time going to be in Bakala. And by this time, Baba Gurditta Ji had already passed away. They had, there's a story during Guru Har Gobind Ji's time that they had, passed away. I don't think the story was covered yesterday, but just, that's something to know. Baba Surajmal, there was also Baba Anirai and Baba Atal Rai. Baba Atal Rai also had passed away even prior to Baba Gurditta Ji. And so Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was basically who they're referring to, especially when they mentioned the location of Bakala. And in the next presentation, when we talk about Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, you'll hear more about this. But basically what happened next, the reason that Guru Sahib had told everyone to, keep Guru Granth Sahib in mind in the meantime, was because there was many other people, like all the people in the Sodhi family that were, like, they're not on the tree right now, but you had like Tirmal, who was Guru Har Ji's brother. He wasn't that nice of a guy. You had like even Ram Rai was probably like trying this. There you had a lot of people that were like, oh, this is our chance to be get the Gurgaddi. We can get ownership of the the Guru Kar, and then people will follow us and they'll treat us like kings and they'll give us money and everything, right? And so you ended up having like 22 or so different people being like, oh, we are the next Guru, and they all went to Bakala and they set up their little like the Gurgaddi went all the way here and then it went back up to them. So I don't expect anyone to know the answer to this. Just something, if you can, I'll give you a special prize if you guys can get the answer to this question. So you could even tell me tomorrow, I don't know, next week, if no one answers it by next week. So that's a question to keep in mind. Everyone understand the question? No, I don't think it's going to be covered. If your answer is that, oh, they were not deserving at the time, that's not the answer. But chalo, this is very little known. Like, I don't think you'll find this online. The reason I said you could look online, I don't think you'll find it online. So, okay. So lastly, so we have this pankti, Siri Har Krishnati Aiya Jis Jittha Sab Dukh Jaye. Have you guys heard this pankti before? Where have we heard it? Just everyone shout it. Ardas, right? Wait, someone said a book? Okay, yeah, kitab ch bhi hoga, but in Ardas, right? Every time when we do Ardas at the end of a Diwan, we say Pratham Bhagavati Simar Kat, right? And we go through all the gurus, and once we get to the end, we get Siri Har Krishnati Aiya Jis Jittha Sab Dukh Jaye. There should be a Dalama here, actually. I don't know why there's a Dalama. But does anyone know what this means?
If you think of Guru Har Krishan Ji, all your dukh will go away.
What is dukh?
Like your injuries, or if you're like not feeling good.
Your pains, right?
Like kind of like hers, but like in the time Shri Guru Harkrishan, like when it was smallpox, he took all the smallpox for himself and he saved the other people. So that kind of means like if you tell Guru Harkrishan Ji to like take all your dukh away, he would do it.
You're good? Anji. Yeah, so basically the meaning is, so Siri Har Krishna, that's her name. Yeah, means to meditate on them, to think about them, like to like similar to like how we were talking about bhakti in the beginning, to have that kind of devotion towards Guru Har Krishan Ji. It says that you should focus on Guru Har Krishan Ji. Jis dittha, so even by looking at them, and just by seeing Guru Har Krishan Ji, dittha means to see someone, right? So jis dittha sab dukh jaye. They ona dekhne de naale sare dukh chal jande hain. So all of your, not even just physical pains, it's not just like, oh, sat baj gayi. Even your like mental pains, like, sometimes we feel down, like if, maybe someone bullies us, or we just feel sad in general, right? That's also covered in dukh, right? Those are also different types of dukh. And so Guru Har Krishan Ji, just by looking at them, all of the pains go away, including even like, you think about Chajju Ram, like, he wasn't necessarily in pain in the traditional sense, but like, in the world, someone that doesn't have an education, it's hard for them to, make a livelihood, to like, afford to, feed their family. And so, by making him educated, Guru Sahib also took away his dukh, right? And so it's saying Guru Har Krishan Ji da dhyan karo, because by ona da dhyan karan de naal all of your pains will go away. And oh, I thought the activity. Okay, this is the lead into the activity. So now the reflection question. Guru Har Krishan Ji was a guru at what age? Shout it. 5, right? And he was 5 when they became the 8th guru. And you have to think about being the leader of an entire community, the entire Sikh community. That requires a lot of like virtues. They have, you have to have like a lot of like good values. You have to be able to like, you can't just be like any random person, right? And so they had a lot of virtues. They had like a lot of like this, they were nice to everyone. They tried to help people. They were very devoted to God. And so now think about, okay, raise your hand if you're 5, firstly. Raise your hand if you're 5. Anyone here that's 5? So look at it, most of you guys are older than him, right? And so this is the age that Guru Har Krishan Ji was. And so now think about it, think about how you guys are even older than Guru Har Krishan Ji, right? And some of you guys might even be like twice his age. So now at your age, what kind of virtues and values do you think you should be developing and trying to take into your life? Any thoughts? Anyone have any thoughts on what type of virtues and values we should be incorporating into our lives?
Compassion.
Okay, compassion or daya. Anything else? Or like not just rather than just like a name of a virtue, like maybe explain like how you can go about, using that virtue.
Maybe you should do like obedience and practice it with your with the people around you, and then as you get older, you can start obeying the guru.
Oh, good, Anji. Yeah, because if you're, if someone isn't listening to their like mother and father, how are they going to listen to Guru Sahib, right? Like, you have to learn how to listen to someone, right?
Bravery.
Bravery?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard bribery. I was like, wait, what? that's not what we want. Okay, bravery. Good. Bribery we don't want. Okay. Anyone else?
Trying to do part as much as you can.
Okay, good. And in doing part, we also want to understand Gurbani. We want to understand how to read Gurbani as well, right? So that's why we come to school, right? Like for Punjabi class, right?
Respect everything.
Respect everything. Good. Okay, and then what? Okay, this question is, I guess, yeah, it's a collective question. Okay. Any last answers for this question before we move on?
Try to understand the Gurbani that you're saying.
Yeah, very good. So you remember how Guru Har Krishan Ji, before that period where people were confused about who the Guru was, his main piece of guidance was to follow Guru Granth Sahib, to just read Gurbani, try to understand, because it's not the sarir, it's not the body that's the Guru, right? Like if you take your teacher from school and, let's just say they're sleeping right here, you're not going to be able to just shake their body and have wisdom come out of it, right? They need to the wisdom is what they tell you, right? And what teachings they give you, right? And so in the same way, Gurbani is the teachings that Guru Sahib has given us. And so that's the main thing we should be trying to understand. Good answer. Yeah. Okay, so now time for an activity, what you guys have all been waiting for. For this, Panji Paneet Kaur will be explaining the activity and how we're going to go about it.
Can we go back a few slides?
Which one?
One more?
There's a lot of slides. You want to go to this one?
Right here, yeah. Okay. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. I think we can do louder than that. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Did we all learn something? Yes? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Everyone's thumbs up? Okay, so you guys have a water droplet in front of you. What we're gonna do with these is we're gonna write one seva that we will do. Not that I want to do or, I need to do. It's something that you're promising to Guru Sahib today that a seva I will do, okay? So I want all of you guys to write down one seva that you you will do, because Guru Sahib did the seva of, what's on the slide? Can anyone tell me what I'm about to say? What did Guru Sahib do the seva of? Yep.
Helping others.
Helping others. But okay, based on this slide right here, what seva did Guru Sahib do?
Treating people with them.
Treating, yeah, so Guru Sahib, they blessed the Sarovar, right? So if they did the seva of blessing the Sarovar, right? So they treated smallpox. What's one seva that you want to do that might make a difference, okay? So I want everyone to write down one seva that they will do. And then once you're done writing it, one of the sevadars will come to you and collect it. Jire tode clipboard ya the pencils are, you guys are going to leave here. And after you guys are done, you all have to put your stuff down, give your water droplet to a volunteer, and after that, we're going to go down for langar. Does that sound good? Yes? Can I hear everyone say yes? Yes. Okay. This is how you all can start writing now. If you have any questions, you can ask anyone around you. 30. Your pencils and clipboards, leave them in front of you.
Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Okay, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਥੱਲੇ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਲਈ ਇਸ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਟਾਈਮ ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਜਾਣਾ ਆ ਭੱਜਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੱਲ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੰਗਲ ਫਾਈਲ ਲਾਈਨ ਬਣਾਉਣੀ ਆ we'll make a single file line we're going to go downstairs ਤੁਸੀਂ ਥੱਲੇ ਬਹਿਣਾ ਆ ਹਜੇ don't stand up I didn't say stand up sit down ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਬੈਠ ਜਾਓ ਪਲੀਜ਼ sit down ਆਪਾਂ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਜਾਣਾ ਆ in a single file line yeah and we're going to go slowly ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਠਣਾ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਵੇਗਾ which is actual how we're supposed to eat langar yes
No, we're eating langar right now.
We're eating langar right now. So you guys can go.
As we're leaving, should we just have them read this pankti as we're leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, as we're leaving, we're all going to chant this pankti. You guys should probably have it memorized. Are they allowed to go now? Huh? Okay. Okay. Okay, you guys can go. As we're leaving, we're gonna sing Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye. Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Jis Ditthe Sab Dukh Jaye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Jis Ditthe Sab Dukh Jaye. I don't hear anyone singing. Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Jis Ditthe Sab Dukh Jaye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Jis Ditthe Sab Dukh Jaye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Jis Ditthe Sab Dukh Jaye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye, Sri Har Krishna Te Aiye.
Vaheguru.
Yeah, turn this on. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. I still see people talking. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Everybody do Simran with us. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Can I please get everyone to move up a little bit? Thoda nede nede. Let's start our lines from right here. Itthe aajo. Aajo.
और भी नेड़े कर
Right
दो।
here, right here. Stop.
इतने तक आ जाना।
Aajo.
No, इतने तक भी आ जाना। It's fine.
I don't want them touching the projector.
They're not gonna block it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aajo.
Up and down is fine. Oh.
You guys can move up a little bit more if you want
Yeah,
to.
just move them this way then. Yeah.
That's good right here. That's good.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru,
Vaheguru,
Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru.
Like that?
Vaheguru,
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 Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Okay, does anyone have a guess as to what the next topic is?
That's the laser.
Any guesses?
Okay.
Not the ninth Guru, Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji.
Wait, how'd you know? Wait, how'd you know? Who told her? Yeah.
Vaheguru. हाँ जी वाਹਿਗੁਰੂ जी का खालसा ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ जी की फतेह। ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ 9ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ। ਐਂਡ ਕੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੋਈ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਕੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਰਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਬਚਪਨ 'ਚ ਕੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸੀਗੇ? ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਰਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਲਾਈਕ ਬਿਫੋਰ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਵੈਨ ਹੀ ਵਾਜ਼ ਕਿਡ ਜਦੋਂ ਛੋਟੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਕੀ
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੰਸ਼ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਨਿੱਕੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ there was a kid who needed clothes ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ।
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਹੀ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਹੋਇਆ ਆ April 1st 1621 ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਬਚਪਨ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੀਗਾ ਤਿਆਗਮਲ। ਤਿਆਗ ਵਰਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਆ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਟੈਚਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਦੇਣਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਫॉर द ग्रेटर गुड। ਸੌਰੀ ਸੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਖਿਡੌਣੇ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਪਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਅਟੈਚਮੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਐਂਡ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਦੇਣਾ। ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ 'ਚ ਵਿਲਿੰਗਲੀ ਗਿਵਿੰਗ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਦੈਟ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਦੈਟ ਯੂ ਪੋਸੈਸ ਦੈਟ ਯੂ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਹਾਈਲੀ ਫॉर ਅ ਗ੍ਰੇਟਰ ਪਰਪਸ। ਸੋ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਸਾਖੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਛੋਟੇ ਸਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਾਤਾ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੀਗਾ ਬੀਬੀ ਨਾਨਕੀ ਬੀਬੀ ਨਾਨਕੀ ਮਾਤਾ ਨਾਨਕੀ ਜੀ। ਓਕੇ ਮਾਤਾ ਨਾਨਕੀ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿਤਾ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਮਾਤਾ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਛੋਟੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਵਾਏ ਪੂਰੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਰਾਜਕੁਮਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰੀਦਾ ਉੱਦਾਂ। ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚਾ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਉਹ ਸੜਕ 'ਤੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਫੋਟੋ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਾਈਕ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਕੱਪੜਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਸਰੀਰ 'ਤੇ ਆ ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਉਹ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਚੋੜਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਤਾਰ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਉਸੇ ਵੇਲੇ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਕੋਈ ਅਟੈਚਮੈਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਾਲ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਉਹ ਤਿਆਗ ਦੀ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਉਹ ਤਿਆਗ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਪਾਵਰ ਉਹ ਦਿਖਾਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ। ਹੀ ਜਸਟ ਗੇਵ ਇਟ ਅਵੇ ਹੀ ਡਿਡਨਟ ਕੇਅਰ ਕਿ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਆ ਇਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੁਣੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਦਰ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਾਂ। ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਨਵੀਂ ਸ਼ਰਟ ਪਾਈ ਦੀ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੀ ਤਾਂ ਯਾਰ ਸਬਜ਼ੀ ਨਾ ਲੱਗ ਜੇ ਕਿ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ। we do that ਕਿ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਗੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ we don't make it dirty so it's hard to clean and everything but Guru Sahib ji had no attachment with it. He just gave his new ਕੱਪੜੇ to someone who needs it more. ਕਰਤਾਰਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਜੰਗ ਹੋਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਪੋਰਟਸਮੈਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਦਿਖਾਈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਫਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਸਕਿੱਲਸ ਦਿਖਾਈ, ਜਿਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਨਾਮ ਤਿਆਗਮਲ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇਗ ਦੇ ਧਨੀ ਹੋ, ਮੀਨਸ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਅ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਸਪੋਰਟਸਮੈਨਸ਼ਿਪ, ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਸਪੋਰਟਸਮੈਨ ਸਕਿੱਲ, ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਨਾਮ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ। ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਤਿਆਗਮਲ ਤੋਂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਹੋਇਆ। ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਕਾਰਜ ਹੋਇਆ ਮਾਤਾ ਗੁਜਰੀ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ। ਜਦੋਂ ਮਾਤਾ ਗੁਜਰੀ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਇਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਕਾਰਜ ਹੋਇਆ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਚਲਾਣਾ ਕਰ ਗਏ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਮਾਤਾ ਨਾਨਕੀ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਮਾਤਾ ਗੁਜਰੀ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਗਏ ਅਤੇ ਬਸ ਗਏ ਉਹ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਬਕਾਲਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ।
Do you guys know who Mata Gujri was?
She was Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Mata Ji and the Char Sahibzade's grandmother.
Yep.
Grandmother.
That's correct. ਸੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਆ ਮਾਤਾ ਗੁਜਰੀ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗ ਆ। ਮਾਤਾ ਗੁਜਰੀ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਕਾਰਜ ਹੋਇਆ, ਵੈਨ ਹੀ ਗॉट ਮੈਰਿਡ ਟੂ ਮਾਤਾ ਗੁਜਰੀ ਜੀ, ਹੀ ਮਾਤਾ ਗੁਜਰੀ ਜੀ ਐਂਡ ਮਾਤਾ ਨਾਨਕੀ ਜੀ, ਹਿਸ ਮਦਰ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਦੇ ਸੈਟਲ ਡਾਊਨ ਇਨ ਬਾਬਾ ਬਕਾਲਾ। ਹੁਣ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਗੁਰਗੱਦੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ। ਜਦੋਂ 8ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਾ ਸੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ 8ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਬਾਬਾ ਬਕਾਲਾ, ਯਾਨੀ ਦ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਗੁਰੂ ਇਜ਼ ਇਨ ਬਕਾਲਾ, ਅਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ 22 ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਫੇਕ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਬਹਿ ਗਏ ਗੁਰੂ। ਉਹ ਸਭ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਸਨ, ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਸਨ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ 22 ਮੰਜੀਆਂ ਲਗਾ ਲਈਆਂ ਐਂਡ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਅਸਲੀ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹ ਨਕਲੀ ਆ, ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ, ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਓ, ਮੈਂ ਅਸਲੀ ਹਾਂ, ਮੈਂ ਅਸਲੀ ਹਾਂ। 8ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੋਤੀ ਜੋਤ ਸਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਮਾਰਚ ਵਿੱਚ, ਅਤੇ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ 5 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਐਂਡ ਅਸਲੀ 9ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਾ ਹਾਲੇ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਕਿ ਕੌਣ ਨੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ 22 ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਮੈਂ ਆ। ਅਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਪਾਰੀ, ਵਨ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ, ਹਿਜ਼ ਨੇਮ ਵਾਜ਼ ਮੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਲਬਾਣਾ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਸ਼ਿਪ ਨਾਲ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਬੜਾ ਤੂਫਾਨ ਆਇਆ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਿਪ ਡੁੱਬਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਈ। ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਿਪ ਡੁੱਬਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ 8ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੋਤੀ ਜੋਤ ਸਮਾ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਪਰ 9ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਗੱਦੀ ਮਿਲ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਆ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਆਈਡੈਂਟੀਫਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏ, ਬਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਗੁਰਗੱਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅਤੇ ਮੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਲੁਬਾਣਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜਿਆ ਅਤੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਹੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਡੁੱਬਦਾ ਬੇੜਾ, ਮੀਨਿੰਗ ਮਾਈ ਸ਼ਿਪ ਵਿਚ ਇਜ਼ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਟੂ ਡਰਾਊਨ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਚਾ ਲਵੋ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ 'ਚ 500 ਸੋਨੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਮੋਹਰਾਂ, ਮੀਨਿੰਗ 500 ਗੋਲਡ ਕੋਇਨਸ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਭੇਟਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ, ਮੈਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ। ਅਤੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਕਲਾ ਵਰਤੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਐਕਸੈਪਟ ਹੋਈ ਐਂਡ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਿਪ ਤੂਫਾਨ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ। ਅਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਲੁਬਾਣਾ ਆ ਕੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ 22 ਮੰਜੇ ਲਗਾ ਕੇ ਬੈਠੇ, 22 ਜਾਣੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ 9ਵਾਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, ਆਈ ਐਮ ਦ 9th ਗੁਰੂ। ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ 9 ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਆਊਟ ਕਰਾਂ ਕੌਣ ਨੇ। ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 2 ਸਿੱਕੇ ਰੱਖਣੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੇ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੇ ਮੂਹਰੇ, ਅਤੇ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸਲੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਪਤਾ, ਉਹ ਦੱਸ ਸਕੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ 500 ਸੋਨੇ ਦੀ ਮੋਹਰਾਂ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਉਹ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਆਸ਼ੀਰਵਾਦ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਲੈਸਿੰਗਸ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਨੂੰ। ਇੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹ 22 ਕੋ ਚੱਲ ਗਏ, ਅਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਤਾਂ 500 ਮੋਹਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ 2 ਕਾਹਤੇ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ। ਅਤੇ ਭਾਈ ਮੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਲੁਬਾਣਾ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਪਤਾ ਕੀਤਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਭਗਤ ਹੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ। ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ, ਅਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਮਿਲ ਲਓ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਭਗਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਲੀਨ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ। ਉਹ ਸੀਗੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ। ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਭਾਈ ਮੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਲੁਬਾਣਾ ਗਏ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 2 ਮੋਹਰਾਂ ਰੱਖੀਆਂ, 2 ਗੋਲਡ ਕੋਇਨਸ, ਹੀ ਪੁੱਟ 2 ਗੋਲਡ ਕੋਇਨਸ ਡਾਊਨ ਇਨ ਫਰੰਟ ਆਫ ਹਿਮ, ਹੀ ਡਿਡ ਦ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕ। ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਚਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਨਾ ਮੁੱਕਰ, ਹੁਣ ਤੇਰੇ ਬਚਨ ਇੰਨੇ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੇ। ਭਾਈ ਮੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਲੁਬਾਣਾ ਇੰਨੇ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋਏ, ਉਹ ਭੱਜ ਕੇ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਛੱਤ 'ਤੇ ਚੜ੍ਹ ਗਏ ਅਤੇ ਉੱਚੀ ਉੱਚੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ, ਗੁਰੂ ਲਾ ਦੋ ਰੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਲਾ ਦੋ ਰੇ, ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਲੱਭ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਲਾ ਦੋ ਰੇ, ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਇੱਥੇ ਨੇ। ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਹ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਮਾਰਚ ਵਿੱਚ 8ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਅਕਾਲ ਚਲਾਣਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਅਗਸਤ ਮਹੀਨੇ 5 ਮੰਥਸ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਅਗਸਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ 9ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਆਈਡੈਂਟੀਫਾਈ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ। कोई क्वेश्चन?
Do you guys have any questions so far?
कोई सवाल?
Yeah.
How did he know that like he was the next guru? Like,
So when he got so ਜਦੋਂ when he's put down 2 gold coins, Guru Sahib said, you didn't promise 2, you said 500. Because he knew, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ। Guru Sahib knew what you were saying, what you were asking, how you're talking to him with your ardas. So ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ 500 ਸੋਨੇ ਦੀ ਮੋੜਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਵਾਂਗਾ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ 2 ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੀ ਜਾਣ ਸਕਦਾ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਖੰਡੀ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਏਗੀ, ਮਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਿਰਫ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਸੋ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰਗੱਦੀ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਐਂਡ ਹੀ ਸਟਾਰਟਡ ਟਰੈਵਲਿੰਗ। ਉਹ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਅਸਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਏ। ਐਂਡ ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਕਬੀਲਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ। ਦੇ ਵਾਜ਼ ਅ ਟਰਾਈਬ, ਦੇ ਯੂਜ਼ ਟੂ ਹੈਵ ਡੂ ਬਲੈਕ ਮੈਜਿਕ ਐਂਡ ਸਟਫ। ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਏ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਬੈਠੇ ਭਗਤੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ। ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਗੋਟ ਸਕੇਅਰਡ ਦੈਟ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਗੋਣਾ ਚੇਂਜ ਥਿੰਗਸ ਫॉर them। ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੱਥਰ ਚੱਕ ਕੇ ਮਾਰਿਆ। ਆਹ ਪੱਥਰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਹ ਪੱਥਰ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ 'ਤੇ। ਐਂਡ ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ 'ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੱਜਾ, ਉਹ ਸਾਈਡ 'ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਧਰਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ। ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੇੜ ਚੱਕ ਕੇ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਆਪਣੀ ਤਾਕਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੂਟਸ ਤੋਂ ਦੇ ਪੁੱਲ ਦ ਹੋਲ ਟਰੀ ਆਊਟ ਆਫ ਵਿਦ ਦ ਰੂਟਸ ਐਂਡ ਥਰੋ ਇਟ ਟੂਵਰਡਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ। ਬਟ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ 'ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੱਜਾ, ਉਹ ਸਾਈਡ 'ਤੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ। ਅਤੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਗਰੋ ਹੋਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੂਟਸ ਤੋਂ when you pull a plant out of by their roots, the plant is dead. It's not going to survive unless you dig a hole and plant it again. But ਜਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਡਿੱਗਿਆ, ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਗਰੋ ਹੋਣਾ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਗਿਆ। ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਅਸਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਦਮਦਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਦੇਖੋਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਪੇੜ ਅਤੇ ਪੱਥਰ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਨੇ। ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਅੱਗੇ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੋਲ ਆਏ ਰਾਜਾ ਰਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ। ਐਂਡ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਅਕਬਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਜਨਰਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ। ਐਂਡ ਹੀ ਵਾਜ਼ ਅ ਜਨਰਲ ਫॉर ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ। ਸੋ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਸੈਡ ਗੋ ਟੂ ਦੀ ਈਸਟ ਸਾਈਡ ਐਂਡ ਫਾਈਟ ਵਿਦ ਦੀ ਅਹੋਮਸ। They are one of the strongest warriors and we haven't been able to defeat them. So go there, defeat the Ahoms and bring me the East India. I want to capture East India. ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੋ ਆਏ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਨੇ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਡਰਦਾ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੋਣਾ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਜੰਗ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਸਿਰਫ ਸੋਲਜਰਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਰਨਗੇ, ਆਮ ਜਨਤਾ ਵੀ ਮਰਦੀ ਆ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਆਮ ਜਨਤਾ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਰਾਜਾ ਰਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਅਤੇ ਅਹੋਮਸ ਦੇ ਰਾਜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੁਲ੍ਹਾ ਕਰਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ। whenever there is a war, innocents gonna die as well. So Guru Sahib, in order to save those innocent lives, he just made a peace treaty between both those things, the Ahoms and Raja Ram Singh, so the unnecessary bloodshed can be avoided. ਇਹ ਉਹ ਕੰਮ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੋ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਐਂਡ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇੱਥੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਕਲ ਯਾਨੀ ਮੀਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹਦੀ ਸਟਰੈਂਥ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਆ। ਮੀਰੀ ਇਜ਼ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਕਲ power, right? So this was his Miri power, that he did something that the king of the whole India wasn't able to do.
Can you guys think of any ways you can incorporate this in your life? Like add into your life?
When you disagree with someone, don't start fighting and try to think things out with them first.
Like talk it out, yeah, exactly. Great example.
If someone says something that you disagree about, that's kind of like a small thing, just let it go and don't make it into a huge fight.
Like if there's two persons, if they both agree, you can think another idea and then they could both agree.
Exactly, yeah.
So now that when the Guru Sahib started traveling, he was going to Punjab, he was going to Kurukshetra, which is now in Haryana. Here people were believing that ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਿਸੇ ਪਰਟੀਕੂਲਰ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਤੇ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਾਪ ਧੁੱਲ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਜੀ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਗਲਤ ਆ। ਜਸਟ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਤ ਕੀਤਾ, ਯੋਰ ਸਿਨਸ ਆਰ ਨਾਟ ਗੋਨਾ ਗੈਟ ਰਿਕਵਰ, ਯੂ ਆਰ ਨਾਟ ਗੈਟਿੰਗ ਰਿਡ ਆਫ ਯੋਰ ਸਿਨਸ। ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਭਾਜੀ, ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ
ਆਡੀਓ ਓਕੇ। ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ 'ਚ ਜਿਵੇਂ you guys are probably familiar, ਤੀਰਥ ਨਾਵਾਂ ਜੇ ਤਿਸ ਭਾਵਾਂ ਬਿਨ ਭਾਣੇ ਕੇ ਨਾਇ ਕਰੀ। So the lesson there is also that ਤੀਰਥ ਨਹਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ there's also, if you guys know, those of you that know more of Japji Sahib, you also have ਤੀਰਥ ਤਪ ਦਇਆ ਦਤ ਦਾਨ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਪਾਵੇ ਦਿਲ ਕਾ ਮਾਨ, right? It's saying that even if you do all these things, you only get like a little bit of phal out of it. The actual phal you get is like phal, you know what phal means, right? Like fruit, like the benefit of it, right? Phal literally means fruit, but we use it to mean benefit. So the benefit of doing tirath, you know, tapadaya dan, is very small. But if you do sunya maniyaman kita pa antargat tirath mal nao, okay, if you listen to Guru's upadesh and accept it and, you know, apply it to your life, then that's andara tirath nona, and that's the true, like, you know, you get the actual phal from that.
So ਇੱਕ ਆ ਵੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਭਰੀਏ ਮਤ ਪਾਪਾਂ ਕੇ ਸੰਗ ਉਹ ਧੋਪੇ ਨਾ ਵੇ ਕੇ ਰੰਗ। ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਤ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਾਪ ਨਾ ਭਰੀ ਆ, ਉਹ ਨਹਾਣ ਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਧੋਤੇ ਜਾਣੇ। ਐਂਡ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਇਹੀ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਕਿ ਸਿਰਫ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣ ਨਾਲ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਨਾਲ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਡੂ ਸੇਵਾ, ਇਫ ਯੂ ਡੂ ਰਿਸਾਈਟ ਦ ਨਾਮ, then you will be getting rid of your sins, not because you just took a bath.
Do you guys know what superstitions mean? Do you guys know what superstitions mean? Yeah. Vaham, right?
Vaham?
Vaham.
Yeah,
Hanji, vaham.
Like myths?
Myths, yeah.
Myths that people are like scared of, or that they believe is gonna like myths that are gonna affect you as like sins in your life.
Yeah, like it's like some of you guys might be familiar. A lot of Punjabi like families do this. They're like, oh, Mangalwar no nahi chahida, like kesi no nahi chahida because it's bad luck or something, right? You have these kind of things that people believe in, right? Or like no nahi katne on like Budwar or whatever it is, right? That's what a superstition is. Like when people believe ne raah katya ji, assi hun agge nahi jana.
That's one of the superstitions.
So, superstition basically. Galan baatan nahi karniyan. If you have a question, you can ask. But superstition is basically just believing that, like, oh, this random, like, doing something on a particular day or a particular time is going to be good luck or bad luck. That's a superstition.
ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹੇ, ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਹ ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਗਏ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਅਸਾਮ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬਿਹਾਰ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਬੰਗਲਾਦੇਸ਼ ਹੈ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਐਂਡ on his travels he gave the message of being equal. We all are equal. So ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਉੱਚਾ ਨੀਵਾਂ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਮਰਦ ਔਰਤ ਸਭ ਇੱਕ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਇਕੁਅਲ ਲੈਵਲ 'ਤੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਣਗੇ। ਇਹ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਉਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਚਲਾਇਆ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਮੰਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਇਹ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਆ, ਅਤੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਐਂਡ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਿਓ, ਵੀ ਵਾਂਟ ਅ ਸੇਵਾ, ਗਿਵ ਅਸ ਸਮਥਿੰਗ ਟੂ ਡੂ, ਵੀ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਸੇਵਾ ਆਫ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ। ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਮਾਂ ਆਉਣ 'ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ, ਗੱਡੇ ਭਰ ਕੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ, ਮੀਨਿੰਗ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੈਨ ਦ ਟਾਈਮ ਕਮਸ ਵਿਲ ਟੇਕ ਅ ਬਿਗ ਸੇਵਾ ਫਰੋਮ ਯੂ। ਇਸ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਟੋਡਰਮਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਏ ਹਨ। ਦੀਵਾਨ ਟੋਡਰਮਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਉਹੀ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਅੰਤਿਮ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੀ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਂਡ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਖੀ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੋਲਡ ਕੋਇਨਸ ਲਗਾ ਕੇ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਖਰੀਦੀ, ਵਿਚ ਇਜ਼ ਵਨ ਆਫ ਦ ਮੋਸਟ ਐਕਸਪੈਂਸਿਵ ਪੀਸ ਆਫ ਲੈਂਡ ਐਵਰ ਬੌਟ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਿਓ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਐਂਡ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਸੇਮ ਬਚਨ ਕਹੇ ਕਿ ਸਮਾਂ ਆਉਣ 'ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ। ਉਹ ਸੀਗੇ ਭਾਈ ਲੱਖੀ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਵਣਜਾਰਾ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਕੌਣ ਸੀਗੇ ਭਾਈ ਲੱਖੀ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਵਣਜਾਰਾ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਗੱਡੇ ਭਰ ਕੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਲਿੱਤੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ। ਹੁਣ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਬਾਰੇ। ਜਦ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਤੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਰੂਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਇੰਨਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਉਹ ਟਾਇਰੈਂਟ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਧਰਮ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਬੈਸਟ ਹੈ, ਮਾਈ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਬੈਸਟ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ, ਐਂਡ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਗੋਨਾ ਮੇਕ ਐਵਰੀਵਨ ਮੁਸਲਿਮਸ। ਐਂਡ he didn't go around and be like, see, this is what Islam teaches. This is how you should pray to Allah. This is what Allah says, how you should treat others. No. What did Aurangzeb did? He took a sword. He's like, accept Islam or I'm just going to kill you. कि इधर इस्लाम कबूल करो ਜਾਂ मौत ਨੂੰ कबूल करो. ਉਸਨੇ ਹਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਧਰਮ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ. ਇਟ ਵਾਸ ਦੀ ਮੇਨ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਵੇਅਰ ਐਵਰੀਥਿੰਗ ਸਟਾਰਟਸ. ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪੰਡਿਤਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਉੱਥੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਗਿਆਨ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਸਾਰੇ. ਅਤੇ ਉਸਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਅਤਿਆਚਾਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰੀ ਪੰਡਤਾਂ 'ਤੇ. ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਇਫ ਦੇ ਕਨਵਰਟ they are automatically going to convert every other Hindu in Hindustan. So ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰੀ ਪੰਡਿਤ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੋਲ ਅਤੇ ਫਰਿਆਦ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ 'ਤੇ ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਸਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰੋ. ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਰਾਏ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ 9 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਸਨ. ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਤਾ ਇਹ ਕੌਣ ਹਨ, ਇਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਆਏ ਹਨ. ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਤੋਂ ਪੰਡਿਤ ਆਏ ਨੇ. ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਧਰਮ ਛੱਡਣ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੋ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਕੋਈ ਨੋਬਲ ਸੋਲ, ਕੋਈ ਐਸੀ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤ ਜੋ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਹਾਨ ਹੈ, ਉਸਨੂੰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਦੇਣਾ ਪਊਗਾ. ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਰਾਏ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਕੌਣ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਮਹਾਨ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਿਆਗ ਦਿੰਦੇ. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਅੱਗੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਵੀਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਦੇਖਾਂਗੇ.
Guru Gobind Singh Ji in his childhood.
His child, exactly. So this shabd down here is from Dasme Pasha, and their Barney, they write, Tilaka Janju Rakha Parbatanka Kino Bado Kalu Maisaka. So basically this summarizes Guru Gobind, their dad Shidi, Guru Tegh Bahadar Sahib Ji's. The simplest way to describe is that Guru Gobind Singh Ji is saying that Guru Tegh Bahadar Ji, they gave their life for the Hindus. And you guys know what a tilk is? Tilk kenu kende hai? Who puts a tilk on their head?
Hindus,
exactly.
A tilak is like similar to, it's like basically a little, like, log bindiyan londe, it's like a bindi that they kind of just like smush and make it a line kind of thing. And janyu, pata kinse know? You know what janyu, the second word? Okay, do you guys know, there's a similar word, there's a word called janeu. Janeu pata? Hanji.
I kind of heard it in a story, and I'm pretty sure it means, so like, and Hindus put it on, some Hindus, if they're known as being powerful, they did it with Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and he actually denied the janeu.
Yeah, janeu is, yeah, correct. So janeu is like a string that upper caste Hindus wear to show that we're Brahmins.
Brahmins, or we are supreme, apna caste system, that we are the supreme ones, and this is how you know that we are the supreme ones. Only Brahmin men can wear it, not females. Hanji. No, that's a different thing. It's not a necklace. It's a thread that they wear. So.
What's with the audio today? You guys might be familiar with the story with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, right? As Sachguru was saying, where Guru Nanak Dev Ji was given this thread, and he's like, "What's the point of this?" And they're like, "Oh, this shows that you're, it shows your spiritual, avastha." And he's like, "Well, I don't think my spiritual avastha has anything to do with this, right? Like this thread, it can burn in the fire, it can like get dirty, like that doesn't seem to be like something permanent that as my soul is, right?"
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣੀ ਆ ਵੀਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਹੋਈ ਚਾਂਦਨੀ ਚੌਕ ਵਿੱਚ। ਐਂਡ ਅਲੋਂਗ ਵਿਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ there were 3 Sikhs। ਕੋਈ ਨਾਮ ਦੱਸ ਸਕਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ 3 ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ?
The names of the 3 Sikhs.
His name, one of them.
Bhai Mati Das ji.
ਭਾਈ ਮਤੀ ਦਾਸ ਜੀ,
Bhai Diyala ji.
ਭਾਈ ਦਿਆਲਾ ਜੀ,
ਭਾਈ ਸਤੀਦਾਸ।
ਭਾਈ ਸਤੀ ਦਾਸ ਜੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਸੋ ਬਿਫੋਰ ਦੇ ਗੋਟ ਮਾਰਟਰਡ, ਬਿਫੋਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਖੜੇ ਸਨ ਅਤੇ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਨੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਹੋ ਅਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਾਹਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਨੇਊ ਪਾਉਣਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਨੇਊਆਂ ਦੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਆ ਗਏ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਿਲਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਗਾਉਣਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਿਲਕ ਦੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਨ ਆ ਗਏ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੂਰਤੀ ਦੀ ਪੂਜਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੂਰਤੀ ਪੂਜਾ ਦੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਨ ਆ ਗਏ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਕਹਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਹਾ, ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਮੇਰਾ ਡੀਲ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਆਏ ਹੋ? ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਸਿੰਪਲ ਆਨਸਰ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ, ਜੇ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਧਰਮ ਖਤਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਰਾਜਾ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਕਰਦਾ, ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨੁੱਖੀ ਅਧਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਲਈ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਮਨੁੱਖੀ ਅਧਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਕੀਤੀ। ਮਨੁੱਖੀ ਅਧਿਕਾਰ ਮੀਨਸ ਹਿਊਮਨ ਰਾਈਟਸ। Human right. Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib talked about human rights when this word wasn't even invented. So Guru Sahib ਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੀਸ ਜੁਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਿਰ ਕਲਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ, ਸੌਰੀ ਆਹ ਦੇਖੋ, ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ ਨੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਸੀਸ ਚੱਕਿਆ ਉੱਥੋਂ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਸਾਈਡ no one will touch their head and the body. ਇਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਰਹਿਣਗੇ, ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਕੀੜੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਖਾਣਗੇ, ਇੱਥੇ ਇਹ ਸੜੇਗਾ, ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਗਲੇਗਾ, and no one will cremate his body. The reason it's so cruel, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹਰ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਗਰ ਬੋਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰੀਮੇਟ ਨਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ, ਇਹ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ one it's a disrespect, second ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ vessel is still there and your soul is not gonna rest. ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਸੋ ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ ਟੁੱਕ ਦ ਸੀਸ ਐਂਡ ਨੰਗੇ ਪੈਰ ਉਹ ਤੁਰ ਕੇ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ। ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਟੂਵਰਡਸ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਐਂਡ ਰਾਸਤੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਘਰੇ ਰੁਕਦੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੁੱਕਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮੁੱਕਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਫਰਿਆਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰੇ ਆਉਣ, ਮੇਰੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਰੁਕਣ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਤਕਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਗਰੀਬ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਏ ਉਹ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੰਮ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਵਾਂਗੇ, ਸਾਰਾ ਕੰਮ ਆਪਣਾ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆਵਾਂਗੇ, ਅਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਆਏ ਨਹੀਂ। ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ ਸਟਾਰਟਡ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਣੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੇ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਸੀਸ ਸੀਗਾ। ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਬਲੱਡ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਆਇਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣ ਆ ਗਏ। ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕੰਮ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਮਿਲਣ ਆਵਾਂਗਾ, ਐਂਡ ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਪਿਆ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਬਚਨ ਪੂਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਉਸ ਲਾਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣ ਵੀ ਆਏ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਭਾਈ ਲੱਖੀ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਵਣਜਾਰਾ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਗੱਡੇ ਭਰ ਕੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ। ਧੜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਦ ਹੈਡ ਵਾਸ ਟੇਕਨ ਬਾਈ ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ, ਬਟ ਦ ਬੋਡੀ ਵਾਸ ਟੇਕਨ ਬਾਈ ਭਾਈ ਲੱਖੀ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਵਣਜਾਰਾ। ਐਂਡ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਗੱਡੇ ਆ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੱਡਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਇਟ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਲੋਡਿੰਗ ਡੌਕ ਔਨ ਬਿਹਾਈਂਡ, ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਨਵਰ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਖਿੱਚਦਾ। ਮਾਡਰਨ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਤੇ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਕੰਪੇਅਰ ਇਟ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਪਿਕਅਪ ਟਰੱਕ ਔਰ ਅ ਸੈਮੀ ਟਰੱਕ would be a big gadda. The pickup truck is like the closest one. There's a loading dock on the behind where you put all the stuff, and then there's the front where the driver sits would be the animal, which we are. So ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੱਡੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਗੱਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੂਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖਿਆ, ਐਂਡ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਨੂੰ। ਐਂਡ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਘਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਅੱਗ ਲਗਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਅੱਜ ਉੱਥੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਕਾਬਗੰਜ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਬੋਡੀ ਦਾ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ। ਟਾਕਿੰਗ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ, ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ ਤੁਰ ਕੇ ਨੰਗੇ ਪੈਰ ਤੁਰ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਸੀਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਕਿੰਨੇ ਦੂਰ ਜੇ ਅੰਦਾਜ਼ਨ ਲਗਾਉਣਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਦੂਰ ਗਏ, ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੈਂਟਨ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਊਥ ਸਾਈਡ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਨੰਗੇ ਪੈਰ, ਤਾਂ ਜਦ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੋਰਟਲੈਂਡ, ਓਰੇਗਨ ਪੋਰਟਲੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਹੁੰਚਦੇ, ਦੈਟਸ ਹਾਊ ਫਾਰ ਭਾਈ ਜੈਤਾ ਜੀ ਟਰੈਵਲਡ। ਨੰਗੇ ਪੈਰ ਉਹ ਇੰਨੀ ਦੂਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਸੀਸ।
And then regarding Lucky Charm burning the house, can you explain that? Why did they burn the house down?
ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਘਰ, ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸੋ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਘਰੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਏ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਦਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ, that no one will cremate their body, it will just stay there, so everyone will see how cruel and what happens when someone goes against Aurangzeb. ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗ ਲਗਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੰਸਕਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਅਗੇਨ ਦ ਤਿਆਗ ਦੀ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਜੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਸਿਖਾਈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਤਿਆਗ ਅੱਗੇ ਦਿਖਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਜਾਵੇ, ਪਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਡਿਸਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ। ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜਦੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਦੀ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਅਖੰਡ ਪਾਠ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਭੋਗ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਹੱਲਾ 9ਵਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ। And the whole Mahalla Nova is about detachment from the worldly possessions.
So basically up until now you can kind of figure out the teachings that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji taught us. So this is shabd by Bhai Panjve Pasha says, Bahar Dundan te chhoot pare gur kar hi maaye dikhaya tha. So basically this translates to, we go out, we seek worldly things to find peace. You know, we go everywhere except Maharaj to find peace, find a sense of belonging. But then here Maharaj says that if you seek peace, then Maharaj is there for you. You know, we cling on to we cling on to things. You know, we follow things, we follow trends, and we find them amusing, so we follow them. And we just forget about Maharaj. So Maharaj, one of the main teachings from Maharaj is detachment. We don't cling on to other things when, yeah. And then fearless hukam. Can anyone explain give me the definition of hukam?
Okay.
Order.
Anyone else?
Order, yeah.
Order is close.
Kind of like obeying.
Message.
Okay, well, this is
one more.
Guru the order.
Order, okay, yeah, that's good. So you guys have probably seen this Bhakti. If you don't read it, if you don't read it, and if you do read it, you say every day. But if you can't read it, you've definitely seen it. And Japji Sahib Maharaj says, Hukum Rajai Charana Nanak Khyanal. So hukum is basically any situation you find yourself in, like whether it be good or bad. At any point in your life, like why is something happening to me? You know, like say you lost someone, like in any situation you find yourself in, Maharaj describes as hukum. कि महाराज पाने विच रहना, any situation you find yourself in, कि महाराज ने ये मैनू दिता है, हमें खुशी होवे दुख होवे जो भी सुख दुख सारा वही परमात्मा ही देने वाला है. That's basically the simplest way Maharaj describes hukam. And then the third main teaching that Maharaj reminds us of is Simran. And can anyone think of ways we can do Simran?
If you can't sleep, you can just do Simran until you fall asleep.
Simran. Okay, that's good. Then
You could do 5 minutes of Simran each day.
5, yeah. 5 minutes. What about Vaheguru Simran? Mool mantra. You know, if you can't read Vani, you can always do those, like you know, Vaheguru Simran Naams, Mool mantra, and then just. But yeah, main three teachings of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Yeah. I deleted this. Okay. So basically, this is a quick rundown on everything that we talked about. And yeah. Huh? It's so long.
So,
huh? All right.
okay. So, this is everything we talked about today. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ अर्ਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਤਿਆਗਮਲ ਤੋਂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਬਣਿਆ। ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਗੱਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਮਿਲੀ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੀਤਾ, ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਤਿਆਗ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਸੀਸ ਦਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਐਂਡ ਬਟ ਇੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਲਈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਪਿਤਾ ਜੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹ ਸੀਗੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ, ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੱਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਗਈ? The question is Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib ji, he is son of Guru Hargobind Sahib ji, but the Gurgaddi wasn't given from Guru Hargobind Sahib ji gave Gurgaddi to his grandson Guru Har Rai ji and not to his son Guru Tegh Bahadur ji. Why did he wait from 7th, 6th and then 9th?
There's a prize associated with this for the actual answer.
Sachkir, do you know? Right,
so why did
so you know how the Gurgati was passed from it went 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So basically what he's trying to say is why didn't it go like why did Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji have to wait so long for him to get Gurgati? Yeah, and do you know why? Like you're on the right track? Do you know?
Manveer Bhai knows.
If I'm giving a prize, I can't just give him the answer.
I mean, now nobody knows.
No, but like they have until tomorrow. Like they can, ask. Andy, shut his mic.
Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, like Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ like ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਿਓ like 25 ਸਾਲ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ like Tegh Bahadur Ji ਨੇ like ਸੇਵਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ like ਉੱਥੇ like ਭਗਤੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ ਅਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ like ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ 6ਵੀਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ 7ਵੀਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ, ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਾਏ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ।
Anyone else want to try?
Has they trusted him more?
Not really, but good try.
किसी और ने try करना? They really think about this. This is a analysis question.
Because he was doing bhakti at the time.
What else? Why else?
Okay. ਇਹਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੱਲ ਦਵਾਂਗੇ। So the next question.
No, I'll explain.
Okay.
It's a Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. When you say Waheguru, what do you feel? You feel some energy or not? Did you feel some energy? You do. Acha. एक टेबल हैगा that weighs 100 pounds, right? ਉਹਨੂੰ lift ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ. So lift ਕਰਨ ਲਈ how much energy you need? Maybe 2 years old can lift that table, 100 pounds. No, they can't eat. So you need some more energy to lift that table, right? Because it's had some power too. So you need more power to lift that table, right? ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ exactly. ਆਪਾਂ ਦੋ ਸਿਧਾਂਤ ਪੜ੍ਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਮੀਰੀ ਤੇ ਪੀਰੀ, ਭਗਤੀ ਐਂਡ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ?
Bani or like pot?
ਵੈਰੀ ਨਾਈਸ। ਜਿਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਤਮਾ ਬਲਵਾਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਰਾਈਟ। ਉਹ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਦੇਰ ਵਾਜ਼ ਬਿਗ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਬਿਫੋਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਸਾਡਾ ਕੰਟਰੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ was slavery for centuries, not for decades. It has feeling slavery for centuries. ਸਦੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਗੁਲਾਮ ਸੀਗਾ। ਹੁਣ ਉਸ ਗੁਲਾਮੀ ਨੂੰ ਤੋੜਨ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਟੇਬਲ ਦੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚੱਕਣ ਲਈ ਵੱਡੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਗੁਲਾਮੀ ਨੂੰ ਤੋੜਨ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ। ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ 6ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਗੱਦੀ ਭਾਈ ਗੁਰਦਿੱਤਾ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਬੇਟੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਿਰਾਏ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਿਰਾਏ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਫਿਰ ਜਿਸ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਭਗਤੀ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਪੂਰਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀ, ਐਡੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਹੈ, ਬਿਗ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਕੌਮ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਕੀਤਾ। ਉਹਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਸੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਸਮਾਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਉਸ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਦਾ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਸਮਾਂ ਆਇਆ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਤਾ ਗੱਦੀ ਮਿਲੀ, ਤਿਆਰੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਹੋਈ। ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਚਾਂਦਨੀ ਚੌਂਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਦੇਣ ਲਈ, ਆਪ ਖੁਦ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਇਹ ਵੀ ਸਿਸਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਦੇਣੀ ਉਹ ਆਪ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਪ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿੱਡਾ ਵੱਡੀ ਬੋਲਡਨੈਸ ਹੈ, ਕਿੱਡੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਆਪਣਾ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਹੈ, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਾਏ ਦਾ ਬੂਟਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੱਟਿਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੁਗਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਜੜ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਦੇਸ਼ 'ਚੋਂ ਪੱਟੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ। ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਢੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ, ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੀ ਜੋ ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਆਜ਼ਾਦ ਹੋਇਆ। ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਰੂਪ ਰੇਖਾ ਅੱਜ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਹੋਣੀ ਸੀ ਜੇ ਇਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ। ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਭਗਤੀ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਸਮੇਂ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਗੱਲ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਅੰਤਰਯਾਮੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀਆਂ ਖੇਡਾਂ ਉਹ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਅੰਦਾਜ਼ਾ ਲਗਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਮ ਸਿੱਖ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖ, ਇਹ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਆਮ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਵੀ। ਜਿਹਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਭਗਤੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਵੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਮਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਵੇ, ਇਹ ਚਾਂਸ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦਾ। ਬਹੁਤ ਉੱਚੀ ਰੁਤਬਾ ਸ਼ਹਾਦਤ ਦਾ, ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਦਾ। ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਧਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਲਈ, ਇੱਕ ਫਰੀਡਮ ਆਫ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ, ਇਹ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਜਾਂ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ। ਇਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ 'ਤੇ ਵੀ ਬਿਪਤਾ ਪਈ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੋ ਕੰਠ ਆਵੇ ਸ਼ਰਨ ਆਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਕੰਠ ਲਾਵੇ। ਜੇ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਲਪ ਮੰਗੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਸੀ, ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਗਲੋਂ ਗੁਲਾਮੀ ਲਾਉਣੀ, ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ। ਉਹ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ। ਉਹ ਉਦੋਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਮਾਂ ਆਇਆ, ਉਹਦੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਪੂਰੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਆਈ ਹੋਪ ਯੂ ਵਿਲ ਬੀ ਸੈਟਿਸਫਾਈਡ। ਆਰ ਯੂ ਓਕੇ? ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਜੋ ਕਾਫੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿਕਚਰਸ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਇੱਕ cage ਵਿੱਚ ਹਨ, right? But many artists, what they do is they portray Guru Sahib sitting crisscross and doing bhakti. But ਅਸਲ 'ਚ ਉਹ cage ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਹ ਪਿਕਚਰ ਦੇਖੋ, ਉਹ cage ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਕੰਡੇ ਲੱਗੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਨ। ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ੇਬ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੇਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੋ, ਨਾ ਇਹ ਬੈਠ ਸਕਣ, ਨਾ ਖੜੇ ਹੋ ਸਕਣ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ, ਅਤੇ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੀ ਪਿੱਠ ਲਗਾ ਕੇ ਬੈਠ ਸਕਣ, ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਿੱਠ ਲਗਾਉਣੀ ਆ ਕੰਡਾ ਚੁੱਭੇਗਾ। ਇਹ ਕਾਫੀ ਪਿਕਚਰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਵੀ ਦੇਖੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਪਿਕਚਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੋਰਟਰੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਆਰਟਿਸਟ ਨੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਡੀਟੇਲਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਮਿਸਿੰਗ ਨੇ। ਉਹ ਕਸ਼ਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਝੱਲਿਆ, ਉਹ ਸਭ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ, ਇਹ ਬੋਨਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਡੀਟੇਲਸ ਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਕਸ਼ਟ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਝੱਲਿਆ, ਉਹ ਕੋਈ ਛੋਟਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਪੂਰਾ ਸਾਕਾ ਆ, ਉਹ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਦਾ 2 ਦਿਨ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਕਾਫੀ ਲੰਬਾ ਆ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਹੀ ਕਸ਼ਟ ਦਿੱਤੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 3 ਆਪਸ਼ਨਸ ਰੱਖੇ ਕਿ ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਧਰਮ ਛੱਡ ਦਿਓ, ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਦਿਖਾਓ, ਅਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਮੌਤ ਕਬੂਲ। ਧਰਮ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਰ ਉਹਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਦਿਖਾਉਣਾ ਉਹ ਅਸੂਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ, ਅਤੇ ਮੌਤ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਬੂਲ ਹੈ। ਵਾਈ ਸੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖਾਈ? ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਨ, ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ। ਐਨੀਵਨ ਕੋਈ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਆਨਸਰ ਕਿ ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖਾਈ?
Guys know what karamat means? It's like,
anyone know karamat?
Because it wasn't like it was against Sikhi, and then because it doesn't like show how much power you have. It, in fact, like how much Nam Simran you do gives you like more power, and then so it's kind of like against Sikh principles.
Kind of.
What does karamat mean? Do you know the meaning of the word?
What a magician.
Magic.
Yeah, magic.
I mean, yeah, somewhat, but ਕਿਉਂ ਮਿਰੇਕਲ ਕਿਉਂ ਦਿਖਾਣਾ? ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੋਲ ਇੰਨੀ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮਾੜੀ ਜੀ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਜਿਹਾ ਦਿਖਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ। ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ? ਛੱਤ ਦੀ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਅਸਮਾਨ ਲਿਆ ਦਿੰਦੇ, ਜਾਂ ਚੰਨ ਨੂੰ ਥੱਲੇ ਲਿਆ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਆਹ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ ਆਹ ਚੰਨ ਆ। ਇੱਥੇ ਏਲੀਅਨਸ ਦਾ ਘਰ ਆ, 5 ਕਿੱਲੇ ਲਿੱਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਘਰ। ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਮਾਤ ਦਿਖਾਈ? ਮੈਜਿਕ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਖਾਇਆ? ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਆ।
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣਾ, ਪਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣਾ,
ਪਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣਾ। ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ ਆਨਸਰ। ਹਾਂਜੀ।
Because some gurus taught us to never show off, and if you kind of show off, that's not really being humble, and then if you start showing off, you might get an ego.
Good answer, yeah.
ਗੁੱਡ ਆਨਸਰ। ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਸਾਖੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਪਾਏ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣਾ ਪਾਏ, ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ 2 ਭਰਾ, ਇੱਕ ਬਾਬਾ ਅਟਲ ਰਾਏ ਜੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੋਸਤ ਨੂੰ ਜੀਵਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਅਟਲ ਰਾਏ ਜੀ ਦਾ, ਐਂਡ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ? ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਗੋਡ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵਿਲ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਲਲ ਪਾਈ ਸੀ। ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਹਰ ਵਾਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਭਾਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮੰਨਣਾ। ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਆਨਸਰ ਰਾਈਟ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਕਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ। ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਕਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾਉਣ ਦਾ। ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਮਿਰੇਕਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸ਼ੋ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀ, ਕਿ ਭਾਣਾ ਆ, ਉਹ ਭਾਣਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਮੰਨਿਆ। ਹੋਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਸਮਝਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ? ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਪਿਆ। pretty much done। ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ, ਕੋਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਨਵਾਂ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ, ਕੋਈ ਨਵਾਂ ਵਰਡ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ, ਜਿਹਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਮੀਨਿੰਗ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ, ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਐਸਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਈ ਵਰਡ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਅੱਜ ਨਵਾਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਨਾ, ਮੇਰਾ ਇਹ ਸਫਲ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਮੇਰਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਸਫਲ ਮੀਨਸ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਔਰ ਸਕਸੈਸ। ਸਫਲ ਸਕਸੈਸ। ਇਟ ਵਾਸ ਮੈਂ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਪੜ੍ਹਾ ਪਾਇਆ।
Any questions? You have a question?
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਬੁਲਾਓ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ
ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਦਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ 7ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਆਈ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਡਿੱਠਾ ਸਭ ਦੁੱਖ ਜਾਏ, ਰਾਈਟ? ਸਾਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਹੈ ਡਿੱਠੇ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਵਾਟ ਡਜ਼ ਇਟ ਮੀਨ? ਟੂ ਸੀ। ਓਕੇ, ਡਿੱਠੇ ਸਭ ਦੁੱਖ ਜਾਏ, ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਚਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ। we're not sad anymore, we're not in pain, but
change the direction which you're facing.
how do we see ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ today? ਹੁਣ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੇਖੋਗੇ ਅੱਜ?
Someone who helped people and not just an ordinary guru.
ਨਹੀਂ, ਲਾਈਕ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਆ ਕਿ the line means ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਿਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ, ਸਾਡੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਰਾਈਟ? if we see him, how do we see him today? How do we see him today? How do we see him today? Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
And when we read Guru Granth Sahib Ji, understand him and apply him into our life, that's when our dukh go away. Hanji?
Can you give an example of their deed?
Like, if someone's getting bullied, this was an example yesterday too. What would Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji want us to do? Same. We'd go Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji would want us to go stand up for them instead of just minding our own business and not helping them out.
Would you let it happen?
No.
Good job. You're on the right path. Good job.
ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਦੋ ਵਰਡਸ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ ਤਿਆਗ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਆ ਤਿਆਗ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਉਹ ਭਾਜੀ ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਹੱਥ ਖੜਾ ਕੀਤਾ
ਵਿਸਾਰਨਾ
ਵਿਸਾਰਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਭੁੱਲਣਾ ਤਿਆਗ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੀਗਾ ਤਿਆਗਮਲ ਸੋ ਤਿਆਗ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੁੰਦਾ
Do you know the meaning of Tyag?
I think ਛੱਡਣਾ
You're letting go of it.
ਛੱਡਣਾ
To not have any attachment.
ਸਹੀ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਛੱਡ ਦੇਣੀ ਕੁਝ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਦਾਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਵਿਦਆਊਟ ਐਨੀ ਅਟੈਚਮੈਂਟ ਦੈਟਸ ਤਿਆਗ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਗੱਡਾ ਅੱਜ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ ਕੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਹੈ ਗੱਡਾ ਕੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਗੱਡੇ ਦਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ
It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like kind of like a truck that they used in modern days.
That's the modern, but ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਗੱਡੇ ਦਾ
Ox cart.
Ox cart. Yep, that's correct. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟ ਕਰਨਾ 5 ਮਿੰਟਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਔਰ ਮੈਂ ਡਨ ਕਰ ਲਾਂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਬਸ ਸੋ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਝ ਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਸਲੇਟ ਕਰਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਔਰ ਅਗਰ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ 'ਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਟੁੱਟੀ ਭੱਜੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਹੋਵੇ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾ ਦੇਵਾਂ
Or any question on anything else we've covered?
ਗੋਲਡਨ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਕੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਨਸਰ ਮਿਲੇਗਾ
challenge is still up. Like Uncle Ji's ਵਧੀਆ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੀ but that's not the answer I was looking for. So the challenge is still there. I'm going to up the prize.
ਘਰੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਘਰੇ ਕੋਈ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਹੈਗੇ ਦਾਦਾ ਦਾਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੋ ਕਿ ਆਹ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਆ
ਬਾਦਰ ਗਿਆਨੀ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਵੀ like ਦੱਸੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ Yeah, the golden question that I'm giving a prize for is the one he asked earlier. Why did Gurgaddi go from Guru Har Gobind Ji to Guru Har Rai Ji rather than if Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was able to? Like if they were deserving. That's the golden question. And there's a prize attached to it. So you can ask anyone, you can look online, you could ask ChatGPT if you want. I don't know, you could ask like a random guy you meet on the street, maybe he'll know, right? So.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
Wait, I just said, wait, oh, what's the prize?
Anyone? ਕੋਈ question? ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਦਾ
Waheguru. Okay, and also, originally I had a different prize in mind, but Bhai Sahib zyada ijat karde si ke aaj honi dasso. So I'm going to up the prize, but now I need to think of a better prize. So like, what would be a good prize for this? Should I do a crash prize, like chocolate? That's nothing. No one's gonna want that. I mean, that's fine. That was like that. Even the original prize was bigger than that. chocolate, wasn't it? Yeah. Chalo. The original prize I had in mind was $25, but I can go higher. Also on the Waheguru. Waheguru. If you want, I could also give you another hard question. We could throw another hard question out there too. Okay, so another question I'm going to throw out there. This one is an easier question than that one. This one you might even be able to get the answer for. So why, when we talked about the first 5 gurus, they have Bani and Guru Granth Sahib. We just mentioned Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji has Bani and Guru Granth Sahib. So the second question I'm going to have for you guys to try to figure out till tomorrow is, why didn't Guru Har Gobind Ji, Guru Har Rai Ji, and Guru Har Krishna Ji have Bani? In Guru, or in general? Like, why isn't there Gurbani that's written by them?
So the Guru Sahib. Oh yeah, no. All right. So another golden question is, yeah. Waheguru.
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 We're good. So the other question was, why didn't Shime Pasha to Nome Pasha, no, Shime Pasha to Atme Pasha not have any Bani composed in Guru Granth Sahib?
Jyoti.
Do you research? Huh? That's my question. I'm taking this question. It's my original question now.
So, बस इन्नी सेवा प्रवान करो संगत जी जे कोई साखी सुनांदे कुछ गलती कीती होवे ते जरूर आसी खेमा दे चाचका दास ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਆਗਿਆ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ
schedule ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੱਸਣਾ
ਤੇ ਕੱਲ ਦਾ schedule
Waheguru, we're not done yet. We still have 2 more things.
We're not done yet.
We're going to do the schedule, and we have one more thing we're going to do over here with the drops, the water drops.
You want to? I can't show the whole schedule. I'll just.
It's not even the schedule is not visible.
That's a part of that. Yeah.
So tomorrow we're not meeting in the evening. We're meeting during the day at like 2.
No, the blank. Okay.
Waheguru.
Kalda.
Waheguru.
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 Waheguru. I have to have it. Waheguru.
Waheguru.
Okay. So ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਦਿਨ ਆ? Who can tell me? What time? Sunday, right? ਐਤਵਾਰ ਹੈ. Okay. ਐਤਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ? Divan, right? We have Divan. So Divan ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ around 10 to around 2 p.m. right? 2 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ. 2 ਵਜੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਦੀ, we're going to be in the, we'll tell you where we're going to be. We're going to be probably in the Darbar Hall. ਦਰਬਾਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੈਠ ਗਏ 2 ਵਜੇ 2 ਤੋਂ 10 ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ ਅਰਾਊਂਡ 2 ਸਵਾ 2 ਰਾਈਟ ਸਵਾ 2 ਤੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ 10ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣੀ ਆ ਰਾਈਟ spoilers who is our 10ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ and
just shout it.
everyone say it out loud. Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji, right? Okay, ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਕਵਰ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ we're going to go into Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, right? And then around 2 ਸਵਾ 2 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 3:30 ਤੱਕ we're going to do our 10ਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji and then a review of the whole camp, right? Just to give you guys just a quick recap. And then I think we're going to do a break between, right? 5-10 minute ਦੀ break ਹੋ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ we're going to come back to, we're going to do a game of Jeopardy. Right? Jeopardy / I think it's going to be like Who Wants to be a Millionaire sort of game, right? Remember the last week down there, right? We had a Sekonair game, right? It's going to be a version of that. There are going to be prizes, there are going to be points, there are going to be questions. So come prepared. We're going to give out prizes and we're going to have certificates and make sure that everyone is included, right?
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਉਹ ਚੱਲੂਗੀ 3:30 ਪੌਣੇ 4 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 4:30 ਪੌਣੇ 5 ਤੱਕ around an hour and a half, right? ਹਾਂਜੀ ठीक है समाप्ति around tomorrow कल ਨੂੰ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ 5 around 5:15 right ਤੇ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਇਓ ਤੇ and whoever hasn't attended the camp please bring them too okay ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ water droplet ਅਸੀਂ ਬਣਾਏ ਸੀ you have your all statements ਲਿਖੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ
over here
I will do seva and ਉੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ group picture ਕਰਨੀ ਆ so everyone needs to be positioned in front of the water droplet so we can take a whole group picture. Tall people in the back, the chote bacche in the front. Make sure everyone is included, okay? Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Waheguru, we'll just use Waheguru. Yeah, use his phone.
Waheguru.
Waheguru.
And then if you're shorter, can we have you in the front? So if you're a little bit taller, can you guys stand in the back? Everyone that's a little bit taller in the back, the chote are right in front of them. Let's go. Aajo, 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 more aajo, more aajo. More aajo. Okay, aajo, aajo. Everyone against the wall. Let's scoot over that way. Let's scoot over to your guys' right. No, left. Your guys' left, my right. That way. Your guys' that way. Left side. Thoda, scoot. Do you want to step on that side? Okay. Scoot over more, a little bit more.
No, it's fine. They're fine. Uno below. Okay. What's your name?
Okay. This thing, you guys come over here. This is idhar aajo. Gaon aajo. Sare gaon aajo. Idhar ho jao. Good. Tusi idhar ho jao. Camera. Who's taking the picture?
Just look at whichever camera. Look at all the cameras.
Everybody look over here. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Smile. Okay, we got pictures. Now we're going to do Jakare, okay? Can I have everyone's right arms up, okay? When we're doing Jakare. Dig, dig. Panth ki. Raj karega. झूलते निशान रहे बोले सो निहाल
Sat Sri Akal.
Okay, everyone didn't put their right arm up, so we're going to do one more Jakara. Bole so nihal.
Sat Sri Akal.
Okay. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. Okay, we need everyone to take off their name tags and you're going to give it to one of the sevadars and then you guys are free to go. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
ਪੌਣੇ 2 ਦਰਬਾਰ ਹਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਾ ਹੈ